Hello, we're Legends on Paper, an eclectic group of longtime gamers with a passion for Dungeons & Dragons. We're not voice actors, professional gamers, or paid performers. We're regular people, just like you, except that we'll probably make complete fools of ourselves along the way as we attempt to have fun and entertain. If you enjoyed tonight's production, please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube. And most importantly, don't forget to tell all your friends. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey as Legends on Paper presents the greatest adventure. Welcome to another session of Legends on Paper. Last session, the party survived the assault by the legendary Ghostship, the Kadorari, defeating crawling claws and undead crew, shadow fiends of prior victims, and the nightmarish captain with the sorceress companion. Our heroes and the crew of the Queen of Tartessos did not go unscathed, as they were left with severe injuries and the loss of one of their own, Narky's little monkey, Taro.
No!
And while Howl was fortunate to escape the ghost ship, bearing a bit of scavenged loot from the hold, the only other item gained from the terrible battle was the crystal stone carved with runes that survived the combustion of the undead sorceress. Now, as the party and crew take a breath and recover from their wounds, a breeze fills the sails, pushing off the fog and propelling the Queen of Tartessos into the dark night. And that's what we pick up this evening. Now, you guys have injuries still? And if you want to, right now, it's as calm. Taro, or Narky, is a bit depressed as he comes to consciousness. Sputtering water and coughing up. Obviously, you can see his eyes are just dead with loss. So he's been affected by the loss of his little creature. That obviously, as Jusini would know, was held for so long, as long as she knew him. Tara was there. Now he's gone, and as he sits, just holding the little thing, the body of it, just very intimately in his hands. He's talking about how he wants to send Taro off to the next world. So while that's going on, the crew is starting to, the crew, Jusini's crew is starting to get back into their routine over the next hour or so, getting the ship managed and underway. And unless Jusini would like them to do something else, other than get the hell out of Dodge.
Nope, we're ready to go.
You're still a day away from the Strait of Hate, which would put you, not a full day, but by the next afternoon it would be in sight. But that's still many hours away, as you're still in the dead of night. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, dear. I need to speak to you privately in my quarters. I have quarters.
Oh,
Not really, it's a room. But
I've been in your room before.
I need to talk to you.
Before you take that too far, where are the centaur? Because I know that they'd come up after the battle. So in this time period, what are we doing with them?
Well, we can't keep them down below too long, so I suppose they can have some fresh air while the waters are quiet. I'll just sort of make sure I'm keeping an eye on them, but I'm not.
Okay, so they're out on deck. They're no longer down.
I'll have the girls give them some little jobs to do to help out.
Okay. All right, which they're eager to do.
Was almost dead.
Since they were
They missed
no
the
part of the battle
battle.
whatsoever, have lots and lots of energy, somewhat upset by the fact that they weren't allowed to participate. So they're eager to please. So, sorry. Your cabin is clear.
Let's go.
All right.
And I'll follow her to the cabin.
Kiva wolf whistles as you leave, but Camille can't wolf whistle because she can't whistle. So
Oh, you wait your turn.
Kiva, read the room.
I need some kind of levity because everything is very depressing right now, and if I don't put some kind of joy here, everyone's just going to be sucked soulless and joyless.
I'm pretty sure we have to have an Oculus suicide watch or something.
Yes, Josini will go and tend to Narc, sit with him and talk to him about final preparations for Portiro.
So when they get in the room, Hildy's going to hand Howl a pouch. Clinks heavily of coin. Just gonna reach down into her skirt, pull out a rolled up piece of skin, unroll it. It's got a picture of a ram's head. This should make you strong. I think you probably have to cut out your skin and put it on. I don't know how that works. And here's it's a weird glowing gem. It kind of pulses. It's probably magic. I hope you don't die.
Oh,
All right, get out. Send Dakir in, please.
Hildegard.
No. I know you're very grateful and you want to do dirty things, but just send Dakir in.
Howl pauses for a second. And leaves the room.
Hildy's holding court. Okay.
Dakir,
Yeah,
it's your turn.
for what?
Hey, Hildegard.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
It's Kevin. Well, what's happening?
Oh, Kevin, don't worry. I will catch you up, my friend, and I will crouch down and slam down pretty hard on it, like wood.
Oh,
Alright.
wow, you're strong. Well, keep me in mind, Howell. We have to discuss who's going to be my next master, and, you're definitely in the running.
Oh, I cannot wait to discuss the terms of this agreement. Dakir, Hildegard.
Attend to your box. I'll go see what Hildegard wants. I'll go see Hildegard.
Hildegard will hand him a big pouch full of coin.
What's this for?
Well, I know you promised to give Josini your cut of the loot.
Well, she has it already.
Well, yes and no. I have it, and I kind of gave her the demon's blood to stock up her ship with ore. So you can keep that. And also, here's this weird... It's kind of like a sapphire, but it pulses. I think it's probably magic, and I hope you don't die. And also... Excuse me one second. Oh, that's awkward. Here, this is the captain's sword from that pirate we killed. You can have that, and you should probably give Howl back one of his things. That will make him feel much better.
Those were mine. They always have been.
Well, now you have a sword, so you can give him one. Could you send in that lying bitch Kiva, please?
What? Never mind. I'll send it.
All right.
Like, awkwardly, my hands full coming out. Kiva!
Oh, I was completely distracted by the box. What?
Hildegard wants to see that.
All right. You need a bit of help with that first, because it looks like you need 4 hands and not 4 legs. So let me just
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I pick up the sword
Yeah.
and
I'm awkwardly. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
All right, your sword back.
Thank you. I pack it on my bag.
I'll take it. The box speaks.
No,
I'll hold it for you.
all right. You probably eat it.
Hildy will hand, when Kiva comes in, hand her a pouch full of coin. And here, this stone, it's kind of black, but it's kind of purple, and it pulses, and one just like it tried to kill me. Good luck.
Well, thank you, but
Get out.
all right, I don't need the gold. Frankly, I think you're better with the gold than I am.
Oh, I I have all the gold and I kept the diamonds in case we need them. You can leave.
They'll be
All
loaded.
right.
Hildy claws.
Hildy will go out and go over to Jacini.
Here's a big pouch of gold. Dakir's not giving you his gold. You can keep all the ore that you're gonna sell for probably more. And also, here's some rubies. You can share them with your girls.
Thank you. I certainly did appreciate your help getting that ore, and that sounds like a fair deal to me.
Well,
I would like to
don't
talk to
care.
you about the stone that I have in my quarters, in case.
What stone?
Well, you seem like you've been around for a while. You may have seen something like it before.
I don't know what you're talking about. What stone are you talking about?
When the witch bitch exploded, there was a stone. One of my girls put it in my cabin. I don't
Oh, that's a bad
quite know what
idea.
it is.
That's probably a terrible
A
idea.
bad idea.
Oh, yeah, sometimes when evil witches explode, they will put all their life energy into a little stone. And then when you go to sleep at night, they will sneak into your brain and then they will take you over.
That's not true. Kevin pipes up.
I've been around longer than him.
What do you know about it?
I chopped down the wood to make him.
That's not true either. There was Gavin. I've said too much. He falls silent.
Kevin, I saved you.
Yes, I very much appreciate it. Now we must decide who's going to be my new master. But
You think he will sink?
He looks like he would sink.
I bet if you poke holes in him and threw him in, he would sink.
I'm not sure if it was clear. When you were the one that brought
I
the
was the
chest
one
up,
who
right?
I was the one who went down and that was
Okay, so
Anthony.
FYI, and you may have shared this with the rest, I'll just assume you did. When you pick this big, I mean, it's not a huge chest. It's only like 2 by 1 by 1, but it only weighed like 5 pounds. You would have expected it to weigh more. So either it's just empty and really thin, but it felt stout. And it looks wooden, with this looks, it has this, the iron straps on it, extraordinarily well made. A little bit cold to the touch, oddly enough. Not the warmth that you might expect, given this material. And just very light. And of course, then the animated face,
Yeah.
and eyes, which was really strange.
I think Kevin would float pretty good.
I do float.
What if you filled him with rocks?
No matter.
What
No
if we
matter
put
at
the
all.
monkey in him and we sent him off for a final farewell?
I think
Like a Viking funeral.
I can preserve him.
I think we should talk to
We should
Yuki
allow
about that one first.
Narky!
No one listens to me.
Narky!
Kevin. I'm listening to you.
Did you say you
loud and
could
clear.
preserve him?
Yes. Oh,
Well-
yes, I can.
That's what he... Why would he want a
I
dead
could preserve
monkey
either, any
preserved?
of you, if you could fit inside.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. That's just random thoughts.
You just want to save a dead monkey forever?
It just seemed important to you. But actually, I suppose I should not intervene since I don't have a master as of yet. You realize how many masters I've gone through in my
11.
lifetime? No, quite a bit more than that.
4.
No, more than
How long has your lifetime been?
I was created a very long time ago. Yes.
Before or after the crack?
I'm not sure I feel comfortable talking to you about that yet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yes, I have to trust you or whoever my new master is going to be. Not saying it would be you necessarily, because don't get it in their head that it's just your choice.
What is this box of Sundari?
Oh, he talks too much. I don't want him.
I'm sorry, are we okay with this talking box?
Of course you
one's
are.
questioned
Of
it
course you are
since
okay
we
with
all
talking
just
box.
Accept, okay.
Listen,
Magic bullshit.
This
Kevin.
little cookie
Yes?
animal.
could you kill any of us?
Well, it's possible, yes. Yes, it's possible.
Now,
Certain conditions are
hold on.
met.
You may have mistaken my question. Do you think you could take one of us in a fight?
Oh, here's the thing. I don't have legs. I don't know if you noticed. Legs or arms. I have this, which he just kind of doesn't do this, obviously, but he smiles. And,
It was implied.
yes, the
He licks his
implication was there. But
He licks his lips. How long is his tongue? Do all the girls whistle?
Oh, no.
And it's funny, it's just, the animation does not look mechanical. It looks more like almost animated, like we think of animated, so take that for what it is.
Like the mirror from Shrek.
Yeah, so kind of like that, yeah.
Hildegard.
They're expressive.
But
May I
he
borrow-
talks a lot. I
May I
don't
borrow
want
your
him.
quarters for just a minute?
I don't want him.
You may not have me, you're twelfth a day, so you may not have me at all. Sorry,
Oh, good.
That's what they didn't.
She likes when they play hard to
I
get.
didn't say that.
I just assumed
I'm going
they
to
did.
pick Kevin
They
up.
Make weird shit.
Hildegard, may I use your private quarters for just a moment?
Are you going to have sex with Kevin?
No!
If I said yes, would that allow you? Would that allow me
Yes.
entry?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay.
Come along, Kevin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna trot along, close the door behind me, put him down on the bed.
Against your side.
Oh, sorry, Kevin. Face out.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm gonna put him down on the bed.
I'm not having sex with
calls
you. It would be
him sir.
very, very unsatisfying for
Kevin.
both of us, I promise.
Kevin,
Yes.
it was just a ploy.
Oh.
A very intelligent brain guy.
Thank God.
So, what does being your master entail?
Well, it means that, first of all, I have to like you. And then, I have to have a bit of trust. And if we trust each other, then we'll bond. And then I'll tell you some of my secrets.
Are you sure we're not going to have sex?
Absolutely positive.
Okay, thank God. That sounded quite a lot like the process of
yeah.
getting sex.
It would, no, maybe. I've heard of it.
It's a bit romantic, isn't it?
I think so. It is an intimate.
Yeah.
It is an intimate. It's not casual at all. So
And if somebody were your master,
yes.
what do you have to offer them?
Oh, many things. Wonderful things.
Insight check. Did that seem malicious?
Seems sexual.
18.
He seems very. I mean, the expressions on his face, his enthusiasm seems very sincere, as if he's got something to offer.
How would you go about selecting your next master?
I'd have to like you. I'd have to trust you. All right, and then if those things, those prerequisites are met, then I would bond with you in a very particular way. Basically, he's describing attunement,
Right.
and then I would tell you some of my secrets. But should be noted, in all fairness, that if at some later date I decided I did not like you for some reason, then I would just simply decide not to bond with you any longer, and too bad, so sad for you.
Okay. I like that.
Or
Clear
kill you.
and
I could
stable
possibly
boundaries.
kill you in the night. It could happen.
Oh!
But you cannot winks.
An,
Oh,
an
okay.
attunable sentient mimic.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe.
Kevin, I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the name Kevin, or maybe the fact that you
Can we
look like a
change
chest.
the name? That
What
might
would you
be-
like to be
That
called?
might be, I don't understand Kevin. I'd like something a little bit more adventurous, legendary, memorable.
Well,
What the hell is Kevin?
It's just a name I like.
Okay. Might be a deal breaker, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Think about it.
what if you add the magnificent?
Too easy.
Is Hildy in the room?
No, this is Mike.
okay.
talking.
This is Mike.
That's Mike talking to Gus.
Mike Metagaming.
So,
Moves yours.
meanwhile, Narky is holding his monkeys. He's talking about just very bleary-eyed and upset. Who was it that approached him?
Me.
Okay.
Listening.
Yes, he's just quietly sitting on his own, not doing his normal job at all.
That's
Not at
Hildy's
his, not at
steering.
his post. Oh, great.
Hildy's steering the boat.
If Hildy's actually steering the boat, I would imagine that probably at least two
going
of
in a
the
straight
crewmen
line.
are like next to her on each side,
Oh, I'm
making
sure.
sure it's straight,
I'm sure.
going where it's supposed to go.
It's like when you hand the controller to your kid brother and it's not
Exactly.
actually controlling the game.
or driver's ed school, you know. So,
Oh, Narky, he was a good friend.
Taro.
Taro was a good friend. How would you like to see him off? What can we do for you?
Burial at sea. I think, yes, I think burial at sea would be just the way to go. Say a few words, maybe, and, yeah. Could we gather everyone around?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All hands on deck. All you, a lot of you. Everyone on deck.
Or I go down to Hiddledee's quarters and I knock on the door. Hey, Al!
We're having sex!
Well, hurry it up! You're needed on deck.
See, I have a sense of humor.
Yeah, we'll be up there in a moment. Just having sex.
So,
I'm sure.
we'll have to work on that if you will be my master.
We will work on it.
Do you have a cow?
Say again.
Just curious, do you have a cow?
Do I have a cow?
A cow, yes.
I do not have a cow.
Oh, that's...
I can get a cow.
Can you?
I can.
Okay. Well, so, perhaps.
Back home, there are quite a bit of cows.
Yes, well,
Well, I'd say more like 2.
I'm very high maintenance. I just want you to know that. So, you know,
I think we're going to have a good
At least he's
friendship.
honest.
we could.
Go,
Yeah.
Bo. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Oh,
I'll come back to you.
please take me upstairs. I'd like to be
Absolutely.
involved with...
And I pick him up. Come out to the deck.
How about Kavin?
Come in. Oh, the Covenant.
So here I am. I would like to put my monkey body to rest. And would anybody care to say a few words? Perhaps the druid?
I
Oh, I will. I liked your monkey, and sometimes at night we would pick fleas out of each other's hair, and he never pooped on me. Yay, Neef!
He's holding the monkey over the side of over the rail of the ship right now, just holding him, just staring at him as you speak.
step forward after Hiddledee claps and says yay me for some reason. And I go up to him and say, I've not known your friend long, but he has proven himself a true companion and a loyal friend to not just you, but to everyone here. As you transition here, dear monkey, from a state of life to a state of death, I ask Luna to guide you from here to the underworld to find your rest, to find your peace, and to one day find your people again.
Wow, so he's very touched by that. You see a little tear rolling down his face as he's holding Taro in his hands, and he bends down over the rail within the low part of the ship and just slowly allows him to slip into the water. And then he just stares longingly after his little friend as he passes under the waves. He doesn't move, just staring.
I just put a hand on his shoulder consolingly, unless he looks like he wants me to shove off.
He's not reacting at all. He's just focused on
Yeah.
the departure of his little friend.
Yeah, give
But
him,
he's not rejecting you.
yeah, give him a bit of consolement, and because I've done this at least a few times before, and then head off to leave him in peace.
Hildy will come hug him on the back and say,
Don't worry, I'll take care of the ship till you're done.
His shoulders just kind of sag a little bit.
go back to steering.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, you had a very intimate relationship with the monkey. Say something nice.
Monkey shit on me.
Say something nice about the monkey.
Taro,
Narky.
was the monkey's name, right? Taro. You were very good at monkey things.
Narky reaches into his vest and he pulls out a small apple. It's got one bite taken out of it. I think he would like you to have this. He hands you the apple.
I take it. Right. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to trot off.
Horses and their apples.
As I get to the upper deck, I just kind of toss it.
The disrespect.
Monkey literally shit on me like 4 times.
At my behest.
I know. You're an
Yeah.
asshole too. I would throw anything you left me after death off the side.
Takir, he was a brave soldier and devoted to his mission. He earned my respect. He should have earned yours.
Sure.
Meanwhile, all the little centaur, like in the, up on the out part of the ship, a little bit away from all this, but you can hear them as you trot off. Is it a monkey? Was that a monkey? Why are they making such a big deal of a monkey? Just kind of whispering back and forth. And some of the crew women are like, shh, kind of getting a little bit angry, shh, to keep them quiet.
And Justini and the girls are gonna come and
didn't like that.
huddle around Narky, and they'll have some kind of crew inside little chants or something that they'll do, and
Okay.
to try and comfort him and give him something to drink and
It's a sea shanty.
They're singing like
some kind of little chant.
Hey, hey, hey.
Whatever Taro's favorite body tune was, they'll sing that in his honor.
All right.
Farewell and adieu to the fair Elysian lady.
That might have been it.
That might have been it.
After some short period of time, an hour or so, everybody, the rest of the crew just kind of moves on to their respective duties. And he finally stands up and seems to shake off the malaise a little bit and walks over to you and, I'm very sorry, Captain. I am, the feelings I had for my companion, and he is gone now, and although I think that it will be some time before I accept this loss, I am ready to continue with my duties as best I can. Because this old lady is going to drive me absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I
if
was
she
gonna say, who's
continues
gonna tell her? Which one of you is going to tell her?
Are we anchored?
I will tell her myself.
Nope. Don't steering.
Like we're anchored, it's just doing this.
And Narky just kind of starts to ooze himself in between you and the wheel, pushing you off. I've got this, do not worry.
Oh, thank you.
Go rest yourself.
All right.
You look like you could use the
I'm very tired. Do you want to have sex later?
I do not think so.
All right.
There's the centaur over there that he might.
I know how to have sex with only one hand now.
That's very interesting.
That's what the old man told me.
All right, Hildegard, I think it's about that
See
time.
if you do not be quiet.
Captain, you wanted me to look at something for
I
you?
do. Let's go to my quarters and check out this the stone, please.
All right.
I will go up to Narky and just quietly give him 10 gold and then walk away. Pretty simply.
Okay, he takes it and seems confused, but
Yeah.
shrugs and
Just a little.
puts it in his pouch.
Yeah. He doesn't know the nuance of like the message behind it is like, I'm sorry, grievance.
Did someone give
He just
all
like-
10 gold when his dog died?
Yeah, one of you assholes.
I think it was you, actually.
It might have been.
It might have been.
That does sound like something I would do.
So in the cabin below, in Jacini's cabin, Hildy and Jacini.
The stone's right where my girl, where I told her to leave it right here on my desk.
It's there.
All right. It looks like a stone with runes carved in
It
it.
looks like a crystal, clear crystal.
Okay.
You can see the light kind of filtering through it. And on one side of the crystal, you can see these runes that have been, looks like, carved into it manually. So, I mean, they're not perfect, but they're very well carved into the side of this crystal. It's only about this big,
Okay.
maybe 2 inches across, 3 inches long.
Is it worth anything?
Well, it's made of crystal. You could probably sell it to Hofflands. They'll buy anything. They're stupid.
Investigate. Arcane. Does it look magical? I mean, what would I roll? Just investigate?
Yeah, I mean, you can investigate it to see if you can determine anything more about it physically. But to determine whether or not it was magical, detect magic, or, identify, whatever. But Which
But
one?
15 to investigate.
Yeah, so you don't understand what the script is. You may recognize it, and there's nothing else about the crystal itself that's particularly
History check
unusual.
for the language, maybe? Or 24.
Wow, good. You can't read it, but you do recognize the script as being that's commonly used by the Vikya.
Oh, that's from the Vikya. Don't give it to Kiba.
Don't give it to Kiba.
No, she'll smash it and throw it over, and then she'll probably steal from you while you're sleeping. She's kind of a whore. I've only had bad luck since I met her.
I'll keep that in mind.
Ever since she came into my life, people die.
Holy crap.
Zombies take over the world. Once, a giant thing. Well, it was made of poop, but I wasn't there. I didn't really see it. I told people I did, though.
How did I even let you out on my ship?
We promised you money.
It's true. Well, so you've held your own so far. You've been helpful. Hopefully we'll make it where I need to go to sell this ore.
Well, it might be magic. Or, and this would be the opposite, it's not.
Should we get that box in here? Let's get that box in here.
Oh, what if you put that stone in the box? Maybe they'll explode.
Meanwhile, I'm over
The
here.
box or the stone? Both. Either or. Well, Justinian is going to pick up the stone and take it up to Powell and Kevin.
Okay, so
Oh, just meanwhile. So, any idea why Hildy's in such why she's being so short? She seems like she's in a bit of a bad mood.
No, she called you a lying bitch earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna ask you what that was about.
The fuck? Why, look, be real honest. I don't think I've ever actually lied to Hildy.
Hildegard lies all the time, so there's the hypocrite.
Hildy never lies.
She says she doesn't lie.
There you go.
Hildy doesn't
why would
think
you
she
lie about
lies.
Can you think of anything you could have done her wrong?
No, I honestly can't. Aside from that one time that I wasn't like... Well, no, I can't think of anything.
I'll do.
You idea?
I have no... She has... Nope.
All right.
I can't think of anything.
Let me know if you figure it out.
Why don't you just ask it?
All right. Let's see how that goes.
Just don't get mad. Check your temper.
So what if we called you David? To Kevin.
I don't see the difference quite.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, do you?
Opulence.
That look on your face is starting to concern me.
Concern.
Yes, I mean, you would expect lights to go on, but no.
I'm just being a bit of a shit. I'm on a level with you.
Yes.
I don't have a very big vocabulary, and I found a big word I like. Opulence.
Oh. Well, keep working on it. You know, there's a theory that people, particularly humans, have so many marbles in their head that they can think with. And some have more than others. Some, they're bigger than others. With you, I think I can hear them kind of rattling around a bit.
Oh, so I got a lot of them.
Not an insult, yes.
Yeah.
They're just not all connecting all the time. We can work on that.
Okay. Maximilian.
I was gonna say, for something that doesn't have hands, Kevin emotes a lot.
His facial features really do emote a lot. So
Oh, are you?
Well, you see, I think it would be one of those things.
the eyebrows up in there. He doesn't have a nose, he doesn't have ears, but he has these expressive eyes and eyebrows in
Face.
his mouth.
To the point where it looks like AI generation.
Yeah, almost.
Well, how are you workshopping names?
I'm working on names.
How about the Maw?
That's sexy.
Oops.
Just because you got a very large mouth, and you have a lot of that to go get him. Like,
Pandora's box.
Would you like me to change the way I look? I don't
Wait, you can do that?
Of course I can.
Is this your preferred form?
It's what is the most non-threatening.
Non-threatening.
Yes.
You have more threatening forms.
I can look like a monster! And you see these claws come out, or fangs come out, and it gets a real evil look on his face. And then he goes back to a passive, relaxed. face that he had momentarily.
Oh,
Moments
okay.
ago.
Do the
like
centaur
it.
see that? Freak him out.
But I don't. People don't react well to that. I don't think so.
I think it's fucking awesome!
It's fun. It's fun to get the reaction sometimes, especially when I'm hiding.
Ooh, can you copy people's faces?
I don't know. And you see the features kind of shift a little bit, and you start to get this vague idea that what he's reconstructing is almost like a meme of you. Okay, but everything like all your yeah, any
Forehead comes out.
exactly. So everything's like overly exaggerated. And it's got this like clueless look on his face, and then it just kind of reverts back to his normal passive face.
Oh,
I probably
that
need
was
to
the
work-
key, right?
I need to yes. I need to work on that. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend. It's just I haven't had a good conversation in a very long time. That last captain that owned me, terrible. I wouldn't allow him to be my master, and he beat me, he tried to get me open, hit me with sledgehammers. It was terrible. I was very much abused. But I spoke to him in his sleep, and he, well, let's just say he wasn't quite in his right mind after a while. But the beating stopped.
Oh. Well, I mean, it sounds like it came to an equitable solution.
Well, me in a rowboat, and his ship, and all the lives of that crew, killed and their souls devoured by the crew of the Kadorari. Yeah, I'd say so.
Wait, are you implying that you led them to the Kadorari?
Oh, no. It was circumstance that worked out for me. I could have been floating in the ocean right now, and fortunately, I was put in a rowboat,
Sounds like a piece of shit, so it sounds equitable to
Well,
me
he
still.
came with me. He thought he would escape.
Oh!
Leave his crew, but yeah.
Oh, real piece
that-
of shit.
yeah.
Real piece
That
of shit.
captain was having the mean one, the ghostly one. He was having nothing of it. He snapped him right up.
You know what they say about the mean ones? Insecure.
Yeah,
You know
I
why
mean,
they're
I tried to
insecure?
talk to him, but he was terrifying.
Eh. But he's dead now.
I suppose. I suppose. So about this time, you guys come back up, and you see Howell over here having this conversation with a box. The two of them just kind of splitting up. Everyone else just going about their business. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. At this point, nobody slept since the night before. You all are under a level of exhaustion right now from the combat and everything else. But
I'm just gonna say goodnight and go back to bed.
okay.
Fuck that.
Howell, I want to talk to your box about my rock.
Would you like to talk to the lady?
Do I need your permission?
I mean, I'm just asking what you want to do, man.
Well, she could just simply ask me what she wants to. I'm not yours. Don't get that idea. I haven't agreed to allow you to possess me yet.
Okay. That's fair.
It is
Respecting boundaries.
fair. Yes, thank you. Yes,
Yes.
madam. How can I help you, Madam Captain? Josini, yes? You introduce
Yes,
yourself?
Josini.
I'm Kevin for the moment.
I offered opulence, but you said no to that.
I feel like I'd have to have, well, I won't. To change a lot about my mannerisms, I suppose.
Kevin, I was impressed with your knowledge. It seems like you know a lot.
Oh, yes, I know quite a bit. I've been around.
Seems like you know about this crystal.
Yes, you just hold it up. Yes, I know what that is. Yes, of course.
Huh? Is it worth anything?
Certainly is to somebody that knows how to use it, for sure. To anyone else, I don't really know the value.
What kind of person or thing would know how to use this, Kevin?
No, I wouldn't know precisely how to use it myself, but I do know that there are those, particularly, well, here's the thing.
Greatest non-answer ever.
Here's the thing.
You're not my master, and we don't have a bond, and so I feel a little bit reluctant to share specific information with you. If you'd like to discuss possibility of being my new master, I'd be happy to talk to you about that. I've been speaking with Howell about it, and he certainly has potential. You see his eyebrows raise in quotes. But perhaps there might be others who might be, more compatible.
What are you looking for in a partner, Kevin?
So I have to like you, okay, and we have to have trust, and then I would consider bonding with you.
You know, my friend Narky just lost his best friend.
Narky might have an interest in your stone, but sadly, I don't think a man who he lowers his voice. No offense, but I don't think that a man who values a monkey so dearly is quite exactly going to be my first choice. So I'm sure he's a fine man and a great sailor. Navigator, so I hear. But not for me.
You know, Kevin, I might someday be the Queen of Tartessos.
Oh, you just might. Yes, I could imagine that could happen. She also kind of shifts his eyes over to one of the other women. I imagine they could be, any one of them could be the Queen of Tartessos one day too, yes? I'm just guessing. I don't know anything about Queen of Tartessos.
Kevin, I think you should stick with Howell.
Perhaps.
Kevin's trying to get like a reality show dating thing going on. He wants to be wooed and no one's going for it.
Shot through the heart.
Justinia's gonna take her, say goodnight, make sure all the crew has their marching orders, and she's gonna go back to her cabin with the crystal and,
Okay.
and have a rest.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything this evening?
The last thing I want to do is
Throw Kevin over.
I want to what?
Throw Kevin over.
Thought about it.
All right.
Considering it. I want to check out the loot that I got from that room, the spear and the sword, the scimitar
Okay.
I picked up.
All right. So before Hildy, you go down the chest, Kevin. Just you hear him just kind of for the day. Psst. Can I speak with you privately?
Okay. Excuse me, Howell.
He's gonna pick up the box and walk over.
Oh, I was right there for that. I didn't hear it.
You're thinking about the sword and then
I'll be right back.
Okay, Hildy. Ooh, I could stab something with these.
What?
are you holding him?
You talk a lot.
Well, I mean, what else can I do right now? I mean, listen, I just want to ask you, you look as if you've been around a bit, and I can kind of perceive a few things about you.
Oh, I'd rather you don't do that.
Well, I just had a question, and you see he gets a little bit emotional, his features. Did you know Gobino?
Did I what?
Gobino, did you know Gobino?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I might have. Why?
I just wanted to know what happened to him.
Oh,
He seemed really sad as he was talking to you.
well, you want me to tell you the truth?
Yes.
I have no idea who that is. I would like to break your heart because you talk a lot, but I don't know who that is, so I can't.
Are you sure? Did you want to think about it a bit?
All
It
right,
was quite, and you just seem like you're, very old, and maybe.
let me think about it. Hold on, sit here.
Just staring up at you.
No, I don't know who that is.
Looks dejected. All right. No,
If it makes you feel better, I'll pet you.
that doesn't.
All right.
Thank you. You can take me back to Howell.
Can you swim?
I don't have legs or
I know,
arms.
but if I threw you in,
No,
would you like
I'll
wiggle?
I'll float.
Oh, just float. You don't wiggle. Can you move at all?
Well, no, I mean my face, I can move it about.
just
He
talk?
does. But the chest itself, you don't feel any movement at all. But as the movement of his face, this close to it, and given what you know, roll an Arcana.
Alrighty.
Do, 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 do.
22.
Wow, great. Clearly, you get the impression that being this close to it and having some arcane knowledge, his facial features are very much illusory. Okay, so it's an illusion. You don't understand the source of it, of course, but you do realize that it's an illusion.
Well, you're magical, so
Oh, yes, of course.
So I think that means you're probably going to kill us all in our sleep.
No. I want to be a friend. I want to be treated well, and I want somebody that I can bond with and share experiences and some of the fabulous things that I have to say. And I think, hold on, I have some interesting things inside me as well that some might want to trade, but I'm hungry. So if you have any extra coin, I'd like to take it.
Well,
Uh,
you should probably talk to Dakir.
oh, the centaur.
Yeah, he's smarter than he looks, and he's got a bunch of coin he doesn't care about.
Oh,
Because Hildegard gave me the change.
he has this hungry look on his face. I like coins.
Howl's an idiot. I love him, but he's not very smart. And Kiva will just burn you.
Oh, that's. I don't really burn very well.
Oh, she'll find a way. She's magical.
Oh.
She'll turn into a bear and eat you.
Oh no, that's not good at all.
No, she's not very good. But you should be friends with Dakir. He would probably be good for you. And he can tie you on his back. And you could ride everywhere across the countryside.
I know. I've actually had a.
Here, I'm just gonna bring you to him so I'll stop talking to you. I don't like you.
He's Irish goodbye, Kevin.
I was just
This is
getting.
what happens when he steals from the party.
And all of a sudden,
He'll
just
bring
like
the chest over to Dakir.
straight off.
He knows secrets, and you don't like your gold, and he wants it. So
Actually, speaking of that,
he needs a
Hildegard,
friend.
I appreciate you giving me a share, but next time could you separate the copper silver?
I did.
Mine
It's
was
all in the bag.
It was all mashed together in the bag.
Well, yeah. I separated it, and then I put it in the bag.
Together.
Well, yeah.
Thank you, Hildegard.
That's how a bag works. Duh.
Take this box. It's not very heavy.
She
but
does
it
make
costs a lot.
perfect sense, at least the first part.
That seems to be a.
How? I
Yeah.
gave your box to Dakir.
Technically, he's not my box.
Oh, he probably won't be.
Probably not. Seems like.
But I'll buy you a puppy. Yay, Neve.
Hey, Neve!
Do you mind making sure the young ones get back below deck, get some sleep?
Where are they going to sleep below deck? They're not sleeping with me.
They've been sleeping in the cabins this entire time.
Her cabin.
Oh,
No, they were locked in the cabin.
Yeah, during
while
the,
we
during
were
the
in
battle.
battle.
Yeah. There's only two cabins down there. There's Jacini's and there's Hildy's.
rewinding.
Yeah.
Could you make sure the young ones go to bed?
You guys go to bed.
Thank you, Hildegard.
Right.
I mean, they're
Go back down and go to sleep.
not going in her bedroom. They sleep up here.
Now, they just don't seem to listen to me, but.
Well,
Well, you could try throwing one of them overboard.
Ah, very funny, huh?
Wow, it took some time to process that.
Was
Who
it
are
funny
you,
the
Neve?
first 3 times?
I only threw one of them over.
All right, back to sleep.
So you're going downstairs to look at the items that you retrieved?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I get.
I'll turn my back.
Okay.
Thank you, Hildy. I
There's Hildy's
apologize.
room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I apologize that your private quarters has become the communal room.
You can rub my butt till I fall asleep.
Kiva!
I'm,
You guys need a moment?
Kiva will be doing other things during this whenever we get around to it.
while everybody else has been having their conversations, I've been using the captain's sword and just sort of getting a feel for it in my hand. Does it feel
It's not attempting to attune to you, but it's a master crafted item. Whether it's magical or not, you're not sure.
What type of sword is it?
It's a scimitar. Just a scimitar or rapier? Do you remember? Rapier. Okay. I just have to look it up again. It was the captain from. It was a slaver captain. Right? That was a rapier.
Rapier,
I
and a
don't
rapier
think
means you can use your dex.
Eldar gave it to me.
You were.
I was.
And then you put everything down in a pile to go do your thing, and Hildy collected everything and divided it up for everybody.
I feel like that. Okay.
So where is the sword in the?
No, I will say that happened. Yeah.
So where is
I was
the?
not consulted.
So where's the two items that?
Oh, I kept those because we just.
Yeah, those.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, all right. So those weren't included in that.
I now will be prepared that mentally everything goes into the pool unless declared otherwise.
Or they make their way there.
Yeah, this fuck.
What did I do? She's the one that went through
You
the.
have 4 feet and 2 sticky
I
hands
just never.
So tell me the two items again that you
that we know about.
took.
I got the I got the spear.
Right, okay, the spear,
Decorative
okay.
spear. And a glowing scimitar in a sheath. Or
Okay.
scabbard.
Okay, all right. So all right. I
Or
was
you
thinking.
said it had the faint glow of magic.
Yeah, the scimitar that had this glow. As you kind of at some point you would have pulled it at least partially from the scabbard, and you can see that it has a faint glow to the blade itself. And then as you put it back in the scabbard, the glow disappears. And then of course the spear. Both of them appear to be master craft items.
Cool.
Pulling the scimitar all the way out, it's like a low light effect, 20 feet around you. You don't detect any type of pull to attune to it. Spear, however, you get a very strong pull as you kind of hold it in your hand and focus on it the moment. You feel a strong pull of attunement if you choose to.
I will. Is scimitar a light weapon or?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's gonna just go in my pack for now, but I'm going to attempt to attune to the spear
Okay, so you'll do that.
before going to bed.
Right. Okay, so you do that on deck before you go to sleep, or
Yeah, I'll give Hildegard a little butt rub. Okay. Going up the stairs. Very bashfully. Okay.
okay.
Thank you for letting me use the room.
And when we do get to that point, do you want to know privately what it is, or
Privately.
okay?
All right.
Hildy got her butt rub.
Listen, you just
Sweet
let us in your
dreams.
private quarters that she made a point of saying, I paid for that room.
So, Kevin, Hildegard says you know secrets.
Yes, I do know quite a number of secrets. Do you know secrets?
Know enough? Are you going to divulge any of your secrets?
If I find the right master, I will. Yes.
How is that search going?
So far, very interesting. I don't know how to describe it exactly, which is strange because I have a huge vocabulary.
Like juggling bananas.
You seem very dull.
Why are you looking around? He's talking to you.
Okay. I was following his eyes.
Rude, but not inaccurate.
I just ignore that.
You're downstairs.
I'm still playing with the rapier a little bit, like doing thrusts, and I'm doing it inches away from his face. Not like I'm doing it
You
intentionally.
can't
but
hurt me with that. I mean, come on, what are you doing?
Oh,
Is this some
trying
manly
to-
centaur thing? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but-
I do know centaur. I had a centaur master one. He actually earned my devotion. He was a very good
That's
master.
nice. Perhaps it would behoove you to.
Completely different than me.
Who?
You did it.
I just burst out. Oh, I bet you get that all the time.
That's just so frustrating.
I wish I could high five you.
Perhaps if you prove your worth, your search might go a bit better.
Oh, I know my worth. I don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Well, it seems like you're
I will
having a
eventually
tough
find
time
that.
finding anyone that's interested in.
Oh no, Howell's very interested in me. You should too.
Why don't you just tell me what you know so we can deduce what good you are to us?
What? So you want?
You want persuasion check, intimidation?
You can use persuasion, yeah.
That's 20.
Okay. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, you seem like the best
For a
choice.
total of 19.
He's so
I was
bad.
thinking, it's a, you rolled a nat 20 though, so that,
He
that
undid the
counts.
crit.
All right, so a little about myself. He gives you his dimensions. I'm
Like long
2
walks
feet
on me.
wide, 1 foot in depth, foot high.
I have eyes.
I weigh about 5 pounds all the time. I would allow you to put certain things inside me, and there are things inside me now
does
that I
that.
might offer to you if I thought
Like
you were
what?
worthy. I have to like you. We have to trust each other, and if we bond, I would constantly demand. I'm hungry all the time, and so you see, I like to eat coins. No, they don't actually get digested or anything like your anatomy, which is very interesting. I like to feel them inside me, and
He says inside me.
they just feel good in me. And so I think just the hardness of the coins. It just
I get it. I get
okay.
it.
All right. So
I have some copper. What do you have in return?
are you offering me copper? Really? Is that the kind of centaur you are? You offering me? Really?
Please come get your box.
That is disgusting. I'll just say that about you. It's just disgusting.
If I'm
You will
standing up here
not
and you're
put your
down here-
copper inside me.
Heads up.
No.
Tossing it down.
No. Too soft and pliable.
I'm just tossing him down the pile.
I believe copper's harder than gold.
Howl walks up just in time to be smacked in the back of the head.
He goes,
by Kevin.
tum, 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 tum.
Take the fucking box.
What the? You fucking what, mate?
He doesn't like me very much. He tried to feed me copper.
What a disrespectful fucking horsey fuck!
Fuck you!
You wish you could!
All right. I didn't mean to start the. But just please don't hand me to that vile creature again.
Don't worry, you didn't start anything. They've been going at it ever since we got on the boat.
Kelly doesn't like you. She says that I shouldn't talk to you at all.
Yeah, I don't know why she suddenly doesn't like me. I'll talk to her in the morning.
Not a good idea.
Well, either I talk to her or she keeps stewing, and I don't know what kind of witch's brew that'll bring up, so,
I'm gonna end up in a fucking rowboat again. I know it.
I think it's a great idea. It's about time we start communicating.
I'm trying to communicate, but you just obfuscate!
When?
Right? Is that the way?
I think
Keep it down up there.
I'm trying to communicate. You obfuscate!
The captain gave you an order, Hal.
Yeah, she said be quiet, that's why I'm whispering. I can hear you up there. Well, good, that was the intended person to hear it!
His eyes are just going back and forth. This happens sometimes when, they fight over me. Why did I have to introduce a fucking sentient chest?
I have X's like this chest, man.
you didn't say Kevin was funny.
It's pretty funny.
So,
God.
Anyway,
Access.
leave me alone, I have my fucking spear over here. Come on,
I
Kevin.
don't want to bed. Stupid chest.
so you all make your way to various parts of the ship.
Oh, didn't you have some?
Goldie and Joseni down below. Oh, yes.
I just wanted to do, 2 things.
Okay.
One of them was, if Dakir is distracted by this bullshittery, while he's distracted by all this going on, I'm going up to talk to the centaurs.
Okay. All right, Sebule and the rest of them.
Yeah.
That's never a good idea.
Make some friends, Kiva. You need them.
I don't think you've actually had much interaction with any.
I haven't,
have you?
no.
So, Sebule being the kind of the face of the group, of course, they all recognize you as a druid. As you're not hiding it.
I'm not hiding anything. I'm a shit druid, but I'm not hiding it.
So they seem, Samuel's very respectful. Hi, can I help you?
I am here to offer a bit of advice if I can, and maybe offer you help starting tomorrow morning.
I would be more than happy to hear of what you have to say.
So, I know that you've been having a bit of conflict with the rest of our party.
Mainly, no.
Yeah.
Dikir,
Well, you're warriors at heart.
we are.
Yes.
We're warriors in body as well.
Of course. You're young, but you're still fierce. Dikir, he's one who's, from my understanding, has been through much, and he values your safety more than he values the honor you gain from battle. He wants to see you grow to be full grown, as opposed to dying in glory. I know that might not be your perspective, but that's where he's coming from.
You know, he's we appreciate, and we will always have gratitude for what you've all done for us. You've saved us from slavery in a land far away that we don't understand, and all of us. I know, you know, and our father, who tried to save us, chose you all and trusted you to save us, what you've done, and promised to return us to our land and the Thunderhoof tribe, where we will honor all of you. I'm sure of it. Our elders will, no doubt, maybe even the Queen herself, considering how important our clan is to Her Majesty. But the conflict is not so much. I don't think he's a centaur, but I don't think he understands us, which is a strange thing to say, because I don't know how to say it any easier. He seems like a coward. He's always running and hiding and trying to, you know, hide us away as if we're not capable. We could have helped you very much in the battle against whatever those creatures were on that ship. If we died, we would have died with honor and proud. And none in the Thunderhoof clan would have thought any less of any of you if we died in such a manner. So I don't understand why he doesn't understand us. We are who we are. We are the Thunderhoof clan, the next generation, the rising few. We will be leaders in our clan one day, with power and influence and authority. What say you, Judas?
He's not a coward the way you think. I have my gripes with Dikir. He's a fast-talking, running away kind of guy who likes to say a lot of big words and talk a lot of big game and then not be there to feel the fallout. But he does have his courage. He strikes from a distance. He does the damage so that way we aren't fighting for all fuck day. Like, he makes up the difference. He is a valuable member of the team, even if I sometimes, as I start talking, you do hear the shouting in the background of these fuckers. Okay.
What are you gonna do, hide again?
Like your dog's dead.
Fuck you, asshole!
One moment. Okay, that's uncalled for!
Thank you, Kiva!
You're welcome! Turn back around.
Solidarity.
He's a warrior from the back, still valuable, not the same kind of fighter that you guys are. You're just different. And the value
I'm sorry.
I understand. The value just comes from understanding that you're different. He can't instruct you any more than you can instruct him.
If you say so.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to disagree with a druid. Someone as learned as you and with wise counsel, I think it's best that we just get home as soon as possible and not tarry upon it too much or make too big a deal. I'm not sure. I think maybe the value of what you've done for us will be diminished if we go back in this way and with introductions. He seems a little conflicted.
I understand. I'm just offering perspective. I'm not asking you to change. I'm not asking you to do anything different. I'm just asking you to consider it for the future, yeah? Because you will encounter others who fight like Dakir. Others who work from a distance, from a range, who will still be valuable even if they're not warriors. Which is where the second thing I had to say comes in. You are warriors at heart and warriors in body. And I would like to impart some of... I may be a druid, but I am not the kind of druid who sits in a grove and meditates on nature and asks for the spirits for guidance. I am a druid of action, and I am a warrior in my own right.
Clearly so.
I would like to impart some of the wisdom I've gained over the years in battle to you, if you'd be willing to hear it.
Very much so.
And
We're all gathered around.
This will start tomorrow, because it is late, and I am tired, and I'll be honest, if these two don't go down to sleep right the fuck now, then they're going to be at it all morning, all night, all morning, and no one will be happy tomorrow.
You're welcome to rest with us here. They kind of keep, they're kind of in that aft portion of the, behind the wheel, in that area off to the back of the ship, and they kind of have made like, almost like bedding, that they kind of move and make an area for you if you want to join them. And, they're offering, this is innocent and,
Oh, I know, hospitality.
Right.
I thank you, and I appreciate it. But tonight, I have devotions to my goddess that I have been neglecting a little bit, and she is one who is, let's say, not to be neglected. Or she makes herself known.
We're worshippers of Neve, primarily, but we do respect Suna and Luna, and Iru, of course. The sisters, we respect them all. And so if you wouldn't mind a blessing or a prayer for us, our safe return, speedy safe return. And pray also for Dakir, that he might also open his mind and understand who we are, somehow connect with that centaur side of him that he's so much lacking. And it seems like maybe as a result of centaur did not grow up in a clan such as ours, or even maybe we need to understand more about what his life has been about. Honestly, because I have just assumed he has not grown up in a clan, but amongst men.
Well, I wouldn't know much. All I know is that the only family I've ever heard him have is that has passed long enough for bones to bleach white. So
We've all had passings.
that's all I know of him.
None of them are a monkey, however. I will say that. This has been quite the unusual experience. We're trying to be respectful, but quite honestly, madam, it's humorous. I can't understand.
I understand. But people form bonds with the animals that they form companionship with. Like, Powell has a dog that you will never disrespect.
We have not seen his dog.
Yes, that's because he passed long ago.
Another dead one. Oh, I see.
Yes.
Not very good with your animals.
Yeah, we're not. Sometimes we are, but sometimes it doesn't go well.
No.
I didn't hear that.
I'm keeping my voice down. I assume you two are still shouting.
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? You're
I
tired?
just stopped answering him after a while, and I assume he burns himself out.
You provoked me!
I returned your chest.
You threw a man at me. A man who's a box. 1 by 2 feet.
Thank you, Madam Judas, and we look forward to imparting your wisdom tomorrow.
And I look
Whatever form.
forward to the warriors you'll grow into be.
We are indeed. Very confident fellow. Anything else for the evening?
I cast detect magic to know whatever the fuck gem I got, just to get a feel of what flavor of magic school it is.
Okay, which one did he give
The
you?
pulsating blackish purple gem.
Oh, okay.
Most dangerous looking one.
Well, the one that tried to kill her. So
I don't recognize that, so
that's because it was down her throat.
Okay.
Not that one.
Okay, so you ritual cast or?
oh, ritual cast, yeah.
Okay, other than that, is there anything else that you have that you want to detect magic on?
Well, it's a 30 foot like area. Like, I'm looking at the stone to get an idea, but I figure I just glance at Kevin just to get an idea of what the fuck kind of sentient chest this is. I assume he's gonna like light up in my vision when I look at him. Because he seems magic as fuck.
He's not where you are on deck. Kevin just was just thrown to him into the cabin area. So I assume you were coming out.
I was coming out of the cabin. I got hit in the head with Kevin.
Right. So you're coming out on deck, and if you want to be within range, you can be. You know, you can be wandering around on deck if you like.
At this point, though, like at the bow, like doing whatever with the spear.
Okay.
Yeah. Shouting match is over.
I figure I get to look at the spear just because I'm curious about Howl's new pointy thing. But I'm mostly interested in the gem.
I picture Howl doing the Daffy Duck Robin Hood. Trust must have experience.
Basically.
So as far as this spear is concerned, which you can detect from, in terms of auras and that sort of thing, it is it has let's see, what would that be? You're detecting radiant auras. You're detecting multiple auras. Transmog, or transmog,
Transmutation.
transmutation. Thank you.
Can only be used by lawful good power.
Modification.
Those are the two auras that you're really seeing there.
And noticing that neither of them are like lifesteal or like necromancy or any kind of real fucked up
No,
shit.
there's one other aura, but I just want to make sure what it is before I tell you what it is. But it's not one of those. It's another. I'll get back to you on that in just a second. And it's up to you whether or not you share any of that information with him as he's starting to attune to it.
He looks like he's got it under control.
Okay, and then as far as the okay, and then as far as the black pulsating gem, I gotta go look back in my notes here. Since you got that from the slaver, the grotto, right?
Yes.
So okay, there we go.
Wait, did she just try to swallow it?
No. Before she met you guys, there was a black purple stone that didn't like her.
Oh, not this stone.
No.
Okay.
It was a pearl.
I was gonna say, what are you doing in your offline DMs?
Listen, things happen, and
What it is that the purple stone is racist.
Oh, that's why Hildy liked it.
Hildy's not racist.
Okay, so transmutation with that one as well. Yeah, so it's a black opal that is glowing. Then there was also a clear pulsating gem.
I can't.
Dakir's got that in his pocket.
Okay, all
I
right.
don't
so
know anything about that one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I have the
Yeah, I have
clear
a blue
pulse.
book. I have
no,
a blue book.
Howl has the clear pulsing.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that wasn't mixed up.
What
So
else
yeah,
has
so
the
you have the
light
black
like
opal,
every-
and yeah, transmutation is what you're getting from that.
Well, that's interesting.
Not pulling for any type of attunement.
Well, then I just put that back in the
Now, you guys do know a little bit about gems, magical gems as you know them, and there could be exceptions, but in general, in this world, you guys have an idea that the way you use them is similar to scrolls, except without having to read them. You don't need to know the arcane languages and all that. Most of them can be used by almost anybody. So generally how they're used is simply by crushing them, and then whatever effect that has is endowed upon you for whatever time that you have it.
Just do that. You should have smashed it.
And it could be something that you can transfer to somebody, or it only happens to yourself, depending on the nature of the gem. Generally, they all, for the most part, they glow. They have this internal glow. But again, it's not necessarily the rule for all of them.
That's why I was checking, because if it was conjuration, then I would have an idea of what to do with it. It's transmutation, which is not what I would have expected. It's not healing, and it's not summoning, so it's something.
Turns you into a mouse.
These are the gems that the Atlanteans are hyper protective of, right?
No,
No, okay.
no. These are gems that are, from what you know, gems are more common than scrolls.
Okay.
Magical scrolls. Scrolls are typically, used by a very specific group of people. Wizards and those that can read them. They're not nearly as common. Gems are the preferred, it seems, in this world.
Okay. For some reason I thought that was originated with the Atlanteans.
It may have. But there may also be other gems that the Atlanteans are very protective over. Now, you may be thinking about the orichalcum crystal.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, the orichalcum crystal is highly protective. That's pretty well known because you see them in almost every major city. The towers, and they generally fit the architecture of the city that they're in. And you note the crystal by the red glow at night that just kind of, spreads over the sky. What the purpose of that is, who knows? But
Held you on 11 of those.
Tell too many people about that.
okay. So anything else then for this evening?
No.
No.
All right. So the rest of the evening passes uneventfully. The weather's still pretty decent by the time morning comes, a few hours away. We'll say you get in your 8 hours, and so that would put you probably about 10 o'clock in the morning by the time you complete your rest. Whether or not you're sleeping or just relaxing, it doesn't matter. You're level 6 at this point. If you feel
Congrats,
the
guys.
wisdom and the knowledge and the strength that you gain from all the things that you've had to deal with. Abjuration was the last one. That last aura that you saw on the spear. So,
Nice.
Hal, you are attuned to this, and I will give you the information on it during the break that we're going to take here in just a minute, separately, and you can decide whether or not you want to share any of that.
He ain't gonna share nothing.
Drop out Discord.
Owl's very talkative.
He is.
He keeps very few secrets.
Like
And the ones he do,
Like Kevin.
deep down in his chest.
He could use Kevin.
Could be deep down in Kevin.
You Kevin yawn. Finally, you're awake. You seem to sleep a lot. I wasn't going to wake you though, I thought maybe just a bit of quiet, to enjoy
He
in
was
the
whispering
morning.
to you in your sleep. Drive you crazy.
It's quite nice.
You talk in your sleep.
Oh, really? What did I
That's quite
say?
interesting. I'm not sure. I don't speak that gobbledygook that you talk. I don't understand it yet, but maybe, a few nights and a little bit of practice, I might understand it better. But, you think things and you screamed once. It was kind of high pitched. I thought it was a woman, but it was.
Oh, that's pretty normal.
Yeah. So it was odd, but a little endearing. I thought, it was like a personal moment we had together that, I noticed of you. So I just wanted you to know that. Anyway, have you thought more about the name? You haven't. You didn't dream about it or nothing, did you? No, I wasn't even in your thoughts last night.
You were. The problem is, like I've said, I've got many images in my head that you evoke, and I don't have all of the words to put them in. Are you looking for a proper noun? A verb?
Do you see flashes behind your eyes when the marbles strike? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah. Sometimes they like float in front of your eyes if you
What name he
unfocus.
wants?
Oh,
I did ask him what name he wants, and he was obfuscating.
That's a large word for you.
Yeah, I know. I spent all night thinking about
One
him.
of the three he knows.
I was gonna call him oh, I can't say it again.
Wait, do they all start with O?
Shut up.
You can find an O dictionary?
No, the first
the
name was
one
Kevin.
page.
The second name was Opulence.
Opulence and obfuscating. I'm talking about the big words you
Obfuscating.
Obfuscating.
yeah, the clay tablet.
Obstinate.
Maybe we'll just stick with
We call
Kevin.
you the tabernacle.
I think
The
for
inner
all
sanctum.
purposes, no. Let's just stick with Kevin for
Kevin.
now. It's just-
Okay.
You seem most comfortable with that, and I don't want to take that away from you. I'm starting to like you a little bit,
Yeah.
which is disturbing, because I think I could do so much better.
But not on this boat.
But you know what? You're
On this part, I'm kind of the winner.
Yes,
I'm picking the
you-
lot.
just elevations above that centaur, I've got to say.
You know the monkey that died yesterday?
Yeah.
He used to shit on him.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
I
It's
said,
pretty funny.
Maybe someday if I can do that, that'd be really great.
Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
going to be the best.
You just like
friendship
point me in
ever.
his direction, I can shit copper.
Oh, that.
Copper
Exactly.
coins.
Oh,
You would only feed me gold, yes?
yeah, of course.
Okay, I
I've no
don't mind
use
a
for
bit of
worldly
silver.
possessions.
Silver's all right. I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't give it back. You could have some of it back, but not,
Not all of it.
No, I like the feeling of it inside.
Ah, nice and hard, rattling around like
Right.
the marbles in my head.
Exactly. You're making the connection, Tyler. I am. Tough decisions. Waited how to go with you. I don't know what to do. With that, we're going to take our break. Kevin!
Who will Kevin give his final rose to?
Ever gonna be an NPC that likes people?
Welcome back, everyone. On the Queen of Tartessos with the crew, the party, and one annoying chest with an attitude named Kevin, apparently. So we'll see where we end up with this gallant group as they head closer and closer to the Strait of Hate. So the morning, mid-morning perhaps, by the time you finally get fully rested up, you're level 6. Feeling that new energy about you. What would you like to do? You expect to reach the Strait of Hate by the end of the day. Depending on the weather, it could be earlier or a bit later.
Josini's just going to go around waking up the ship, doing, giving orders, checking on Narky, see how giving him a break. He probably needs a break.
Okay. Yeah, if he was on the night shift, then he's probably tired, and but seems to be just not too willing to. He's throwing himself into his work as a distraction, and seems to be willing to stay even longer if you'd like him to.
No, she's gonna give him some tough love and tell him he needs
Okay,
to.
all right. He'll find a place on the
needs a
deck to curl up and sob himself to sleep.
Go have some dreams about tarot.
Besides, you have another driver.
Ooh, I'll handle the wheel for a while.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Anybody else doing anything first thing this morning as you come awake and see the new day?
Slow to rise today, so I'll be taking my time.
Okay.
I'll be having I'll be doing a bit of centaur conversating, but not till probably a bit later in the day.
Okay.
Because first thing in the morning, no one wants to do shit first thing in the morning.
Well, they seem pretty eager. I mean, they're up and they're doing their calisthenics or exercises.
Yeah.
They're offering to help the crew and whatever they have to do. They keep glancing over to you as if, expectantly, hoping that.
But before I do that, I keep looking to see if Hildy leaves her den of inequity.
No.
That's an amazing phrase. Wow.
Also accurate.
Does Hildy leave her den of inequity in the morning?
Sure.
Okay, before we get in, I'll kind of tell you where you're at.
Yes.
If we look at the map to get some perspective, you're passing at this point along closer to the southern part of Tartessos. And although the Mulian coast is still beyond the southern horizon, the coastal region of southern Tartessos, you can see it slowly tapering toward the dreaded Strait of Hate. There are two wide rivers that empty into the Primal Sea here. The first is the Argunas River, named for the infamous slaver city of Argunas, and its harrowing silver mines that are well known. And then there is the second river that runs past Tarshish, which is another loathsome slaver city in Tartessos that is more with the beaten silver, iron, tin, and lead mines. This one, Tarshish has, you would know, Justini, that they have quite a large trade fleet that exports their product throughout the Great Sea, which would be east of where you are now, on the other side of the Strait of Hate. So it's not unusual to see their ships going back and forth between the Strait of Hate. They're one of the most successful at doing so. As you were.
But Hildy,
Yes?
why are you so angry at me?
Oh, because you're a thieving whore.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you said you came here to help me. You said you had to help me, that you were recruited by, I don't know who, somebody, that you had to follow me and help me. But ever since I met you, we've only had bad luck. And then you stole my blood while I was sleeping, and then I died, but I came back. That's a good thing.
I'm sorry. When did you die?
Oh, the other day, when we were fighting.
Okay, No, I'm not going to be distracted. I did not steal that goddamn blood. I don't know who did, but it really wasn't me.
Well,
Wait,
I think it was you because you're magical.
I'm gonna be real honest about myself here. Howl is actually kind of better at magic than I am.
Well, yes, but he's an idiot. That's not his fault.
Yeah,
I think it's because he's from, those people.
Okay, first, rude. Second, I didn't do it. I don't know who did. It wasn't me.
Hildy's not
What?
racist, guys.
Those people.
I've been nothing but supportive of you. And ever since we met.
You're more worried about your husband. So, he's probably already dead and eaten.
I'm worried about my husband because I loved him and I still love him and I haven't seen him in a very long time.
Well, Howell loved his dog and he got eaten too. That's usually what happens when you love people or things. They get eaten.
Sorry, Kevin, I didn't mean to drop you.
That's all right. It happens.
What are we talking about?
Apparently I was the one who stole the blood from Hildy.
That was you!
I did not.
She's just
dipshit.
mad because
I'm
her
getting-
husband got eaten.
I'm like walking down the stairs as they're having that conversation, just turn back around and start walking back up.
1 second.
Me too.
No,
He'll do that.
I don't see.
I look at Kiva. Okay, I'm walking away.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
back to the other side of the ship.
I didn't steal the blood. I've been nothing but an ally, and I'm going to keep being an ally, even if you're being an obstinate old woman.
I'm not that old.
I don't know how old twat they get and how they age.
Well,
don't
most of them I think only get about.
Maybe they age backwards, and you're really young, and all the young-looking ones are old.
1, 2, 3. Take away these 2. I don't remember.
I'm sure. Well, if you remember that we're a team, please come to me and we'll have another fun conversation where we're polite and reasonable.
All right.
Now, if you excuse me, I've got to tell some centaurs how to be protective warriors and not dipshits running into battle without half-cocked.
Teach them about lions and hawks.
Is this a reference to something?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
They fight like lions, and the Cure fights like a hawk.
That's a good metaphor.
I know.
Holy crap! The lucidness, the momentary lucidity.
Hildy will walk away.
Had a good
It was
sleep.
such a good metaphor that we had to take a minute to ponder it just to make sure that
My
Hildy
brain
did
shut
that on
down for a
purpose.
second. Wait, what?
Complete silence for a second. How about that?
That was poignant.
I almost had to make a roll.
She has these like brief moments of lucidity that just gruesome.
Or maybe it's all an act.
The clock is right.
Oh wow, it's all an act.
No one
It's
acts.
all an act.
No one acts that well.
Hildy's 2 people in one, just like the Cure.
For different reasons.
Oh.
Are you guys going to do something or should I go back up to horses?
I'm gonna approach Hell at some point.
Yeah.
I'm going to be writing a little note to Hildy that I will tell you the contents of on Discord.
Okay. Are you carrying around Kevin the whole time?
Oh yeah,
Like kind of like a lapdog?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Pull under the arm, face out. Yeah.
It's easy to carry. 5 pounds. Real
5
light.
He's the purse and the dog in one.
Yeah.
I even do like a little pizzeria thing, and I like flip him, catch him.
Oh, I love that. Higher, higher. Up in the crow's nest. He seems to be. He seems to be warming up to you, and just kind of enjoying the antics.
Me and my best friend Kevin. No, Kevin, did I ever tell you where you get your name from?
Oh, and you gave it to me.
Yeah. You know who had it before you?
Oh, don't say the dog.
No, not the dog.
Okay.
A lovely chicken.
A chicken.
A chicken we brought into the 9 hells.
Oh, what happened to the chicken?
It went into the 9 hells. You can probably infer from that.
I've never been to the 9 Hells. Have you been there?
Let me say fried chicken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it taste good?
It was okay, a little sulfury.
I'd love to be able to taste fried chicken. But do you know what I'd like more than anything?
Poker.
I can't tell you yet. We have to be friends.
I pull out a gold coin.
Oh, sweetheart. You're going to be much more than that.
Well, here's a little booge.
You notice that, as you kind of extend it toward what you see as his mouth, you hear this, and the top of the chest opens. And it's just like, almost like his forehead in a way. Just opens up a little bit. You just pop it in there. Closes right away. And you can see a little bit of light shines from within, and then closes real quick. Here's an exercise of trust. If you would like me to carry some things for you, because I know they can be quite weighty, and some of the things that you have, especially your gold, but any other thing, I'd be happy to carry it for you.
For the time being, would you mind holding on to it? And I pull out the rolled up skin for the tattoo. You hold on to this, and I pull out the scimitar and this.
I do have standards.
This, and he pulls out of the sheet, and you see the dim glow.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to carry that for you.
Absolutely.
The other thing I suggest you tote overboard, and then it opens again enough for you to slide the. Okay, and it's brighter. You can't really see. It's so bright that it's hard to see. But the sword goes in and disappears. The thing's only this wide or deep. Just down into it and you close it up. It's nice.
You're very deep
I've been told that.
and bright.
I am.
So, what happens if I need that sword in an emergency?
Just simply ask me and I will return it to you.
May I have the sword, please?
Yes, of course. Just reach your hand in, please.
I reach
You'll have to, and you feel the sword. You feel your hand kind of bumps into other things, so you're not, like a few things. You hear the rattle of coins, and then you pull out the sword, and then click. There you go.
That is quite handy.
But I am a chest. So
Yeah.
I hold things. So would you like to return it? Would you like me to hold it for
Yes,
you?
let's hold it.
He opens again. Goes then.
And you know what? Just for giggles and shits, here's another 10 gold to go.
Now we're getting places.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be quite honest because this might deter you. I don't feel completely satisfied unless I have the equivalent of about 10,000 gold. Right now, I'm fair way short of that. So,
How short?
if that were an aspiration of yours, then that might sway my interest in becoming, liking you.
Once you reach 10,000 gold, are you just satiated?
No, I'm just simply satisfied. I won't beg you to feed me on a regular basis. Of course, if you needed any of that 10,000, I'd be happy to return it.
Yeah. Does the gold disappear over time?
No, not at all. Why would it?
Forgive me, because we're just getting to know each other. And I think we could be great friends. I am a bit trepidatious. The last time I gave gold to an entity I did not understand, I never saw that gold again, and we killed the thing, and no gold.
I think that asked for 10,000 gold too, so I think we have a Loch Ness monster situation.
It
over
asked,
there.
okay, it
We're
asked
just morphing
for
into
7,000
different
golds.
And
That's
asked
for
hey,
7,000.
You got 10,000
I
gold?
gave him 600.
$2. Well, was it trying to bond with you?
Maybe?
I don't know. I can only tell you what I like, and I think I've said too much. So, let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
If you were of the mind to feed me more from time to time, that would certainly encourage me to want to bond with you at some point.
How much gold do you have in you currently?
I have at least 11 pieces of gold.
So does it need to be 10,000 specifically given up by me? What if I... Now, not to say I would disrespect you this way. Now, if I were to walk around a pirate town and ask for donations like a Salvation Army kind of thing, would that money count towards their totals or my totals?
I'm not very discriminate as to where the gold comes from.
Okay, you just need 10,000.
Right.
Cool.
And there's other things, but we'll just keep that.
So your first
Out of game,
child.
the goalpost keeps moving. Very subtly.
The cow he asked for is a blood sacrifice.
I will tell you,
Feed me,
very
feed
much
more.
worth it.
Oh, cow.
Already, it seems like your extra-dimensional abilities will be quite useful. See, I thought of that word last night.
That's very impressive.
See, I'm not as stupid. I found some more models.
I never said the word stupid.
That was me.
Hi, Hildy. Kevin and I are becoming really good friends.
Oh. He talks too much.
That's your opinion. Right, Kevin? Touch the box.
He doesn't like Hildy.
That's all right.
So the seas are calm. You have a nice breeze that's filling the sails and keeping you moving at a pretty good clip toward the Strait of Hate. What do you want to do during the day?
At some point, I'm going to go up to hell.
Okay.
Morning. I want to talk.
I'm not moving, so...
Look, we've been stuck on this boat for weeks now. I think tensions are running high. We had a battle in Ghostship last night. What can we do to get past what's going on here?
Hal will reach into his bag and he will pull out the little self-book. I am willing to watch the beef that we have under two conditions. One, you trust the rest of us and are open with us. And he'll look around to see if the others are within earshot.
No.
We're not.
I know you took the blood.
Why did you say that?
As good as you are at deception and sneaking around, you have quite the talent. I can see it in your face.
Okay.
Kevin?
I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Peanut gallery.
Yeah, I'm not
Put him
listening.
somewhere. Why do you still have that thing?
Kevin is very trustworthy and reputable.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you've known him
Watch
for
this,
less than
Kevin. May I have
24
the scimitar?
Yes, of course you may. And he's
I
open.
reach in, pull it out. I pull the sheath off, show him the glow. Ooh, I found this on the Ghost Pirate ship. Kevin, thank you, sir. That will stay in there for the rest of the day at least, I promise.
As you like.
I will not bother you too much.
No trouble. I enjoy it.
Or, like I was saying, as good as you think you are at lying, you're not. I could see it on your face. You don't have the conviction to be a convincing liar.
Yet as convicted as you are and as sure as you are, Hildegard seems to feel the same way about Kiva.
Yes, Hildegard is fucking crazy.
Poor Hildy.
We all
Kevin
have
laughs.
our flaws, but we're a team, and I believe our heart's in the right place. So instead of blindly accusing each other, how about we just let it go and move on?
Okay.
Is that
I'm willing to for now. Now, I will say, there may be some pins in a couple of questions that I have for you. Mainly where you snuck off to on your own in free time.
time?
Oh, free time. The other one before that.
lioness?
Yeah, I think that there was a time that you went off on your. We all went in different directions, but I was very curious.
We
what you-
constantly go off in different directions.
Yeah, but usually people tag around. You're the only one that's like, I'm alone. I'm going alone, guys.
I tend to not draw attention to myself. That's how I do my job the best.
That's fair.
I mean, that's my role in this party, just as your role is to be loud and boisterous as possible to attract attention to yourself.
My role is to take as much injury away from you or squishy bits. I found that out.
Thought that was
First encounter, you. It's funny. First time we fought, you were the one taking all the hits.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
I realized very
Not-
quickly, when you join a new group, you need to acclimate to the strengths and weaknesses. And clearly, other than Kiva, you and Hildegard cannot get hit very much
Aww.
at all.
Poor Hildy.
So Hildy has Kiva to protect her, and I feel inherently my role is to protect you somewhat.
Hopefully you won't need to take that role, because I'm generally pretty good at hiding myself. I mean, you Last night I was pretty out of the line of fire, except for when the captain exploded and whatever that necrotic mess was.
Yeah, and what happens when there's more than one captain exploding and you can't dodge?
Then I'll
can't
have
run.
to count on you, just as you can count on me to soften them up so you can deliver the final blow.
Hey, don't be mad that you didn't have the balls to go in face first.
I feel like we're spiraling, Hal.
We are, but
me
and
color.
I hold up the book. There are things in this book that I feel are very important to where I come from, but I don't quite understand it. I try comparing it to notes and stuff, but I don't have the context. But I think you might. Some runes that look similar to some stuff I've seen from your people, Sylvan types. Their writings, their messages. I just can't quite comprehend it.
So you want me to translate it for you?
If you could. Now, hear me out. And I'm not fucking with you. Can you write a book report on this book, please?
And I'll point out the parts that Howell had trouble he knew that they were significant but couldn't exactly figure it out.
And pass that off. I would appreciate it very much if you could.
Normally, if somebody would have prefaced something with "I'm not fucking with you," I would instantly think they were.
Look here, it is a
Given
child's
you-
book. Clearly, it is a child's book, but it finds some amount of significance to me. The things I've read, the things I've been told, it makes sense. And I'm trying, but I can't quite grasp the message.
I'll do your book report.
Thank you.
We'll call it square. I'm not going to spit, but let's not say we did. I like air handshake.
You're really going to disrespect my culture like that?
Fine.
Yes. Brotherhood.
There's a camera right there. You guys could have shook
Oh, yeah.
Forgot we were on the set for a second.
All right. And I'll just give a nod, and as I'm walking away, I'll walk past Keith and just kind of go like this, like patting her on the back. Like,
Howell
skip this
immediately, he's back to playing with the spear. As if nothing happened.
And Kevin's just, they're so beautiful.
Yeah, stick around, Kevin. You might see more character development.
I don't understand it at all. Yeah, maybe someday I could be human too.
Oh.
I want to be a real boy.
You're not allowed to have dreams, Kevin.
You walked away. How dare you squash my box friend?
Meanie.
That is how you get pushed off the boat.
We're all thinking it.
No, we're not actually.
And that's about what Howell wants to accomplish
Okay.
right now.
All right.
Same.
So, centaurs.
Centaurs are eager
Back
to
to
find out what it
Kadorari.
is that you will be teaching them.
All right. So before we get started, I got a few questions for you, so that way I know more where you guys are at. So, what is the purpose of a fighter? What is the purpose of a warrior? What is your duty?
Well, I would say, this is Sebule speaking again, the rest of them just kind of nodding as he speaks, to protect. To protect or to overcome a situation with force. But primarily, our clan's objective is to protect the queen.
Protection. I agree. Protection and defense. Now, I'm sure you have noticed that the protection of those who are squishier or who don't have the constitution that us warriors have is something of a challenge. If a true threat is coming for your charge, they will not stop to fight you and face you. They will ignore you and they will go for their kill. I am here to help show you how to stop them in their tracks.
Okay?
Now, I look over to Hal. Hal, do you have a moment?
Oh, are we doing training?
Yes, we are.
Oh, bitching!
And he runs over.
What are we doing?
Do you have Kevin with you?
No, Kevin's staying on that side of the.
Okay, he's on the boat.
Right now.
He's on the deck though. Okay.
He gives a little. Be careful, Kevin.
Oh, right here. What?
Hilda goes over,
Goes over.
grabs Kevin. Don't know what she's gonna do with him yet, but
Oh no!
What?
He has my glowing sword, please.
Oh dear.
Sit on him and wrap your folds of skin around him.
maybe.
You know what? You can keep Kevin now.
It's like a little flesh cocoon.
He said he can't be owned by a twat the day. Okay.
Actually, do you have? Actually, could you grab Kevin for a moment?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I get to play.
Kevin? Oh, there you are. Oh. Hilly, give me back.
Thank you, Hilly.
Hold on to him for me. Now, these fine warriors are here to train to not only be fierce warriors, but also protectors and guards for their Lady Majesty. So, I thought
Queen Lysithea.
Queen Lysithea.
Queen
Pardon me.
Lysithea.
Quite
So
nice.
I thought it would be prudent to teach them some of the skills that I have in blocking and keeping someone from getting to their charge.
Oh.
So, would you mind doing a bit of demonstrating?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
So Kevin is going to be, in this example, Kevin shall be the princess, the lady of wealth and manor and power.
Yes, I could do that. Yes, I would like to do that. I'll be the princess.
Kevin.
And I find a nice place to put Kevin that's like a little bit ways back behind me. How your job is to get past me and, in this example, attack the chest. You don't actually have to hit it, but this is just an example.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. So, if he is essentially, what I want you to do is basically provoke an opportunity attack.
Oh, yeah.
Past me, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I was gonna pull the. He's gonna take the spear.
Oh, but looking. Kevin! I'm sorry.
And Howl is going to
yeah.
bonus action rage first, and he's going to start charging past Kiva and go to stab at Kevin.
Okay, are you gonna make an attack on him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Don't fuck it up.
go ahead and roll an attack on him.
Yeah. Ooh,
But,
okay.
well, I
Kevin's
have it
trying
so
to
that
stop
way,
him
Kevin,
first.
like, you have to get past me to get to Kevin, so I was thinking, like, the
Right. So if we were going to
Let's
lay it out,
Let's put it on a
real
map.
quick.
Yeah, Kevin's on the boat there too. If you want to lay it out on the
Okay, let's.
on the
This
actual-
is for diagram purposes.
right
Oh, yeah.
on the
you're-
deck.
Should we do it on this side?
See if
So
I-
your ally has to be within 5 feet of you, right?
It has to be within 5 feet, or you have to dash, or you have to provoke an opportunity attack in general.
Okay, cool. So it's
closer up will be here, so you can move the ship if you want. It's no big deal.
cool.
'Cause nothing's happening on the ship right now, so you can move them as close as you want.
All right. So we're setting ourselves up, something like that.
Yeah.
I was going
Now.
to 5, 10. Oh,
Yeah,
whoops,
maybe I have
yeah,
to
you're
pivot
right.
back a little bit more.
We'll say he's approaching from like this angle where he has
Yeah.
like 5, 10, 15 he's going for.
All right. Now I have. What's your AC?
16.
Yeah.
which I rolled a 15 to hit Kevin.
Okay, roll initiative real quick.
Oh,
Oh,
initiative.
cool.
Just well, yeah, both of you.
Awesome.
18.
17.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm faster.
Attack roll.
It would have been great if that was my attack roll. Well, I'm going to bonus action reckless attack when you go provoke it because
Okay.
I would like advantage.
All right, so you're rushing by. You're rushing by. Keith,
Yeah,
at
I'm
this
rushing
point,
past.
and hell bent on
Trying to leave
planting
her-
your spear in Kevin, who's just smiling, as you charge forward. He doesn't seem to be bothered at all, afraid, scared, anything like that.
House really taking it seriously.
watching.
Thank God you reckless. No!
Oh, that is a crit.
Yeah, let's go.
So,
So what happens here is that as Howl tries to rush past me, I clench my fist and then the claws extend and then I deck you in the back and essentially like hook so that way I basically
Oh, my kidney!
hook so that way you stay in place. Let me just roll the damage on that.
all right.
How does it work? Do we roll twice? It's rolled twice the amount of dice and then add the modifier,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Well, that's
On a crit, yeah.
yes.
Aren't you just punching?
I was just punching. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be just your.
Well, no, it's the claws.
Ah,
Okay.
Oh, I got stabbed in the kidney.
Yeah, but don't worry, it only did 6 damage on a crit because I rolled
Reduced to
dice.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a little bit of damage as you're rushing past her to hit the Kevin. And what happens is as you're rushing in the direction of the chest, you note that Kevin immediately lifts up off the ground. And you see this this basically spectral type hand holding on to the chest and pulls it to Hildy and out of the way. And you're unable to strike it. You get to the point where you would have hit it, but you're unable to strike it before it zips out of the way. And she still does the strike on you as you pass by and take the damage.
But because she has Sentinel, I would have stopped 5 feet short of being in range.
Okay, but even still, as you're charging up, the chest lifts and goes zipping back over to where Hildy is and just sits.
Hildy will say for the boys,
Sometimes it pays to be smart instead of strong.
I don't think he would have hurt me.
That's not the lesson we were teaching, Hildegard!
Maybe it's the lesson you should be teaching. They're just boys.
she'll bring the chest back and set it down.
And Howl reaches back and pulls your hand out of his flesh.
Oh yeah, let me just and then she punches the
You know I
ground.
stopped because I can feel it tearing shit.
Yes, that is kind of the point of the lesson, honestly.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna kidney punch me. Turns out you kidney me.
Well, I mean, we've been sparring like this for weeks now. Honestly.
Yeah, but I thought this was just a demonstration for fun. I'm not raging anymore.
Oh, you wanted to teach the boys how to argue amongst themselves. You're doing splendidly.
Arguing is half the battle.
I give you 3 good berries,
Oh, okay.
and you're back up to full.
I'm really full now.
Yes.
Dakira, I don't think you should let them teach your boy.
They're not satisfied with what I have to say.
Well,
Wah.
I think we understand your message, Kiva. I think we see the wisdom in what you're teaching and how to strike the opponent as if you're not the target. And perhaps how to put yourself in the way to create a distraction or an attack that would turn the attack against whom you're protecting away. So it seems to make sense to us.
Of course.
The others are nodding. The rest of it, I don't know what that was all about, but it was nice theater.
Hildy is as wise as she is mad, and Dakir is of a different breed.
Wasn't even involved.
I know, but you were here. Hildy had a wonderful metaphor, which honestly, I still can't believe that she had a good metaphor. It's
I don't know what a metaphor is.
I barely know what a metaphor is.
Oh, I had a metaphor once. He was a lovely man.
You metaphor of him?
What's a metaphor?
It's like when you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's
So
your
a meta is for
metaphor.
your boyfriend. Got it.
Back to the punching. And essentially, I would like to try and teach them some of the basics of how to operate as a sentinel. I don't expect them to actually gain any of the features or anything like that, but just get them into the mindset of this is how you act as a protector.
Right. Yeah, so they watch carefully and diligently, kind of soaking up everything that you're portraying.
And after showing them, I put them through a few demonstrations from where they're the attacker, and then a few where they're the defender, and essentially
they're not gonna get it.
They're eagerly.
Yes, I don't expect them
stepping
to
up for
get
that.
it, but getting them to get in the headspace.
Yeah, you're still using Kevin as a.
If Hildy isn't
Or you
still
could use
protecting-
me as a target.
You're right. Then after Kevin is the princess, it is now Howl the princess with Kevin the dog. Well, Kevin the chest. Yeah.
Oh, all right, I liked being the princess. I don't mind.
You are a lovely princess.
Thank you.
I like Kevin.
All right, so.
That's essentially how I spend all morning.
Okay, yeah, and they're so eager to be involved in this. It seems like they needed this. They needed this training. They needed this involvement in a combat simulation. They are quite eager and enthusiastic to take in a very serious way. I mean, any of them that actually managed to hit you, they hit you full force. They don't have, these are young, probably 1/8 CR or whatever Centaur, but you can tell that they're putting everything that they can into it, and they're learning as they go. They also would, in discussion with you, Kiva, relate that they have seen this type of thing, they have an advance in that training, that those have, of their clan, some of them have this ability, and it always kind of mystified them, and so to learn more about it was, something they took very, they felt very highly about, you engaging with them in that regard.
And then as it starts to wind down, and I'm assuming we start actually approaching the Strait of Hate and we have to start paying attention again, I say to them, good work, everyone. I'm glad that we could start this instruction. If we're approaching the Strait of Hate, so we'll have to stop with actual instruction, start being out for lookouts and such. But here's just... Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, god damn it.
Uh-oh.
Kiva has a great idea. Camille forgot everything she was saying.
Some way of getting them involved or something?
No.
The next time that something bad happens, run straight at it.
No, that is actually... Oh, good point. Thanks for reminding me.
See, I know. Just
Not that.
marbles.
That was clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
It's like that thing where it goes clink,
Here's
clink, clink, clink.
On Newton's cradle.
one thing I've learned through my years of battling in a myriad of shapes and forms and such, and that is that while defending is perfect and necessary, it is not the only part of battle. Strategy and cunning and wisdom of learning where to go and listening to both your team leaders, yourselves, and even the strangers who may have more information on a particular situation is incredibly critical. So while we are heading into dangerous territory, it is important to remember that I am not infallible and neither are you. It's important to keep that humility that you may not be perfect and you may not know everything, and that other people, even if you don't understand where they're coming from, they may have the wisdom that you have yet to gain.
We will have your back.
That was a lot.
It was a lot of words. I know. I've really only ever taught.
You sound like Kevin.
The only lesson I can give is fuck up and you die. That's how most fights go.
Well, they take it to heart. They seem to take it to heart, and you can see a lot of respect in their eyes for you and the way that they treat you. You've definitely come up in their eyes today.
Yeah. Do remember to listen to your commander sometimes, though.
We will. Yes, of course we will. So as you move on throughout the day, finally the southern coast looms larger and larger. And you can see from the western approach to the Strait of Hate, the rammed earthen walls, and let me get back on the map real quick so you know what I'm talking about. The rammed earthen walls and square bastions that rise above the walls of the Mulian city of Shaga comes into view. And as you draw closer, you notice that it has a very industrious port around it, where it's just crammed with high-bowed trading ships that fly these colorful banners. And they're very distinct from the more mundane vessels of the Western Kingdom that you're used to seeing. And closer still, you note that there are short, medium dark-skinned men and women with dark hair, some long, some short. A lot of them have it braided. They have these lean physiques, and they command in wearing these flamboyant tunics that seem to be, that flow like they're made of silk, and breeches or colorful gowns. the women, but trussed up in such a way that they can move about, similar to the style of your own, but in terms of the economy of it, but still stylistically looking very, very different. They pay attention to you closely as you go by, other ships leaving, other coming from the Strait of Hate and also from up the coast from Temir. But none of them come very close at all to the Queen of Tartessos as you're in the distance, passing, getting closer and closer. And as the afternoon sun begins to crawl toward the horizon, you make out the sheer cliffs that rise 1,000 feet on each side of the strait, with no cove or beach for shelter at all. The waters seem fraught with shallows toward the edges, jagged rocks that offer to rip the hull from ships if care is not taken in navigation. Narki is up there. As you get closer, seems hell-bent on navigating through this for you. It's up to you whether you allow it. But everyone knows that the dangers of the strait is the unpredictable weather and the rocky shallows that make the journey perilous, especially in the wintertime. Fortunately, it's summer.
I cast weather report.
Okay, I was waiting for that. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
As you get closer and closer, you can see there's this massive statue of Pontus that sits on a mountain of rock that briefly splits the strait near the entry. And you note that the deity is not facing outward toward the primal sea as you come in, facing inward toward the interior of the strait. As you go further inside, trident held high. If you're not familiar with Pontus, if it's the first time seeing him, or as players, first time noting, the Pontus is, as everyone knows, the primary god of the Atlanteans. And he's massively muscular, elongated head. He's bearded where most Atlanteans are not. The lower portion of his body is that of a long coiling fish. And the trident held high. He's got a very stark, serious look on his face. Eyes are wide and almond-shaped, larger than what would normally be accountable to a human face, or that of a Sylvan or a dwarf, or any other races. And although it's stone, so you don't see the color of its skin, Atlanteans to be blue, you might assume that this god would be blue as well. What'd you roll?
25.
25, okay. So with a 25, you're expecting that in the next 24 hours that you are in the Strait of Hate, taking, I think, 3 days to get through it, depending on the weather. 25 is actually pretty calm, pretty light winds, enough to fill the sails and keep you going. A little bit cold, getting close to about 27, 30 degrees at
Feels
night.
like home.
Yeah, pretty much. As you're, again, in the summertime with these cold winds coming down from the north, in this Arctic northern environment that you live in, that this world is part of. It's not too unusual during the summer, but a little colder than normal. But that's what your expectation is for the next 24 hours as you head into the Strait of Hate. Right now the seas are calm, but that could change. So, anything happening the rest of this day or evening as you make your way slowly into the strait?
Oh, I don't like this.
Doing a book report.
During the evening, Sebiel comes up to you, Akira, but doesn't, comes up to you, he approaches and gets to within about 10 feet, and then he stops. And
I have the littlest elf propped up like this, and I'm writing some. What?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. And he turns around and starts heading back.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. He's got his back to you. I'm fine. Nothing. I'm sorry.
That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna close the book and I'm just gonna keep a closer eye on the kids.
They go back to their area, the back of the ship where they always are. You see them just camping out there, once in a while glancing in your direction, maybe a little bit of chatter, but they settle in for the evening.
They really don't want to say anything. I'm not gonna force them, but I'm gonna gently walk around. I know it's hard being cooped up this long, but...
Are you talking to them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk up to them.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I know it's hard being cooped up this long on open waters, but with any luck, it won't be that much longer of a trip.
We feel very comfortable with Captain Giussini. I'm sure she'll get us through. We've heard terrible things about this strait, but I'm a little nervous, I can't lie. We are a bit, and but thank you, for your encouragement.
You're welcome. My companions and I won't let anything happen here. You know that, right?
Feeling more comfortable since our time with Kiva today, yes.
Glad. We may not see eye to eye on everything, but Kiva is...
Can we discuss this another time?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just very tired right now. It's just been a long day, exhausting. Kiva is quite the taskmastress mistress at training, and so we just wanted to get some rest. Sorry.
My insight is a 9, so I'm going to take your word for that. I'm going to try. Very well. Get some rest.
Thanks.
I'll go back to my book.
If anything, he wasn't insulting.
I'll take that. I'll take what I can get.
Next thing, or unless there's anything else this evening. Okay. Voyage has been wonderful so far. We passed another Mulian ship coming out that gives you a wide berth, and the strait starts to open up quite wide. It's like a few leagues across after you get into it, and it wasn't even that narrow in the beginning. But still, you could see that if in a storm, getting tossed into those shallows would be, and the end of it. And the cliffs, continue. They are as high as ever. They haven't reduced or changed at all, which is quite claustrophobic considering, you're tiny. You feel just tiny.
Tiny boat.
You said they're 1,000 feet high. Can I try and make a perception check to see if as we're going along, if any points of note throughout the day?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you can do that.
Now I can see very far.
You just had that in your pocket waiting to use it at any point.
Oh, that wasn't great. 4 plus.
But you can see for a mile.
I can see easily up to a mile. It doesn't mean I notice anything.
He may see, but he does not observe.
What'd you roll?
Oh, the top of the cliff.
I rolled a 5 total.
Okay.
cold
Yeah,
up.
I mean,
Yeah.
outside of the typical wildlife, an eagle flying over or whatever.
My friend.
But you don't see anybody traveling on the edge or anything,
Right.
looking over, getting ready to throw a rock. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's But I mean, you would be too far anyway away from the cliff to have that to be threatened by anybody trying to throw anything down anyway. Yeah, it wouldn't even be close. So think of like the Mississippi River. At some of its widest points, and then double that, and then put 1,000-foot cliffs, going up each side, and maybe even wider than that, actually. So it just feels claustrophobic because of these cliffs. So
Got it.
during the day, anything. All right.
Joseph's going to give Narki some breaks so he stays rested while she's handling the ship.
They'll offer to help.
And how will offer to spot for them periodically if needed.
Okay.
So
You want me to steer?
point me to the direction.
So is your bear ability now replaced?
No, so you get.
Or is this in addition to?
It's another one.
Okay,
It's
got
the
it.
next step of the totem.
Okay, so then that wouldn't affect
I
the storyline at all.
I
Yeah.
wanted to,
Yep.
Rule.
Okay. Yep. With you. So yeah, that's great. Yeah. So Narki is nervous. We're going well now, but I don't know how it's going to be later in the night if we have to deal with storms, or the Luca or the Vikya or anything else. Are you sure you want me to take a rest right now?
Take a little rest right now. If I need you, I'll call you.
Very well, Captain. I will do so. And although he does kind of move off, he's still resting, but keeping a sharp eye ahead and all around. He just kind of positioned himself. He's not really sleeping. And most of your crew is not either. They seem nervous. You know, you've been through this strait before. Obviously, you've survived it. But, you know, many have not. Another day goes by. You expect that the next day you will finally come to the exit, the eastern exit of the Strait of Hate. What did you roll in your weather for the next 24 hours?
30.
Okay.
It's either really good or really bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's randomized. It's a random table.
So it warms up a bit. Cloud cover is almost non-existent. The winds die down a little bit and slows you because you're not quite getting the propulsion that you had previously. But as a sea captain, you're probably okay with that versus, you know, worse weather. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be beautiful. And that's what beautiful weather, nice and not warm, but not as cold. Anything you guys want to do during this second day in the Strait of Hate?
Here's your book.
Thank you. Have you found anything interesting?
Put some parchment in there. It's a brief summary. I mean, it's a children's book, so there wasn't much to write about. But hopefully it aids you in some way.
Roll a perception.
11.
Okay. Right.
With
Yep.
Dakir's notes, can I take another crack at trying to understand the book?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Cool. And would that be a history?
Yes.
Would I give him advantage on that?
He failed miserably before.
Yeah, so-
did we do history before, or was it? Or are you basically inciting the book?
I think it was history.
Okay, I'm
Because
Yes.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
Because
let's
he's
go.
also referencing something
Right.
else in his head. When
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
If I sit next to a
Natural 20.
never mind.
23 total.
Wow.
Think of a way I could aid you, but you don't need it.
Howell asking for help paid off.
That book.
Just something that's been bugging him.
Okay, so as you read through it, you're with the aid of Dakir's notes.
And I know my audience, so it was like real simplified language.
You're basically giving him full credit for everything that you're understanding now. Although there are certainly references that you could never possibly understand that without his help, because he has a particular insight and knowledge about the Sylvan way of life. He's Sylvan.
Yeah.
So he understands the elves a little bit better, though probably not as well as many other, most other Sylvan, because of his background. But in any case, what he is able to give you is tremendously helpful. And what you learn is this is a book, it's coming of age book about a young elf, of course, who feels is different. And he's from a family he's misunderstood. He's from a prominent family, and he's sitting under this tree trying to understand how he fits into the overall picture of Sylvan life, the expectations that he has. And you're starting to really feel a lot of similarities, and how his life is kind of a reflection of your own. And as the story goes, more and more of it is identical, it seems, in your mind. Your challenges and this elf's challenges, though your lives are completely different. But you're starting to see that. And ultimately, what you're able to insight from all of it is that you have to abide by, you represent your ancestors. And that is not something that can be forgotten, and that you always have to remember that. Because to lose that is to lose your identity and whom you are, where you come from. So ultimately, that's the message that it sends without losing yourself. And so,
You're actually an elf.
On the last page of my notes, there's a few droplet stains.
Squishy.
I have a lot of emphasis on the ancestry.
Little nose.
Okay. Owl will remember this.
Okay, cool. That's what he wants right now.
Okay. All right.
Howl's also crying over the book.
During the day, I go up to Jacini and say, hey, so turns out that when you actually start paying attention to your magic, it gets a little bit better. So I can give us a bit of a speed boost if we want to get like a little bit more speed going forward.
You can finally do the thing I've been joking about?
I can cast Gust.
Oh, okay, good.
I've said that like 18 times.
Yeah, it's called a second level spell.
How accurate is it? We want to stay straight where we're going.
Oh,
You see these giant cliffs. We definitely don't want to be anywhere near them.
Yes. If I point, it's there. But it's only like per minute, so just a little bit of speed to get through any complicated bits.
What do you think, Narky?
Don't you slow down?
I'm not sure. I've heard of these things. You know, we have had. I was on a ship once when I was very young, and the ship had a caster of some sort. I don't know what. I did not understand if he was a sorcerer or whatever he was, but he was able to do this thing where he filled the sails wind, but it was much longer than 1 minute. And he could take us moving very, very quickly. It did not affect the way that we steered the ship, only gave us more power at a time that it was working.
Well, he's probably better at magic than I am, to be honest.
I would guess so, probably is.
All right, Druid, have a practice. Narky will point the direction.
And yeah, cast Gust.
Okay. It lasts for a minute?
Concentration up to a minute, so yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
does it tell you the accuracy of the...
It's a line, like a strong wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide, and you can move the line with you.
Okay, so basically pointing in a direction.
Yeah, I point in a direction and it goes that way.
Okay, all right. So, all right. I don't think that's going to require a roll. It's pretty simple.
Powerful enough to blow people away, right?
It's
Yeah,
like
it
putting
can.
like a little fan on the back of a paper boat.
Yes. That's pretty much what I'm
This
playing.
fan is strong enough to
It's-
knock people down. So.
Yeah.
Roll,
like an
roll an Arcana.
Oh boy.
Oh, she's bad at this.
Hey, okay, somehow it landed on a 14.
14 straight?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, this is not a high DC. I mean, the monkey could have pointed.
Too soon.
And rigor mortis could have stepped in. You can just
R.I.P. Taro.
No, you feel pretty confident as you step up, and this is actually good training for you because it will allow you to be more confident. You know, going forward, you won't have to make the rolls and everything. You roll well enough, and it does. It provides that propulsion for a minute a lot faster, and there's a lot of excitement on board. This is not an completely uncommon thing, but it's rare to see it or to be in the presence when it happens. There's not a lot of people, not a lot of captains can afford to have a sorcerer or magic user, caster of any kind on their ship to do so. So there's a lot of excitement as it pushes it a little bit forward.
for a minute.
Yeah,
For a minute, which is relatively insignificant in the.
Yeah.
But
This
it's
is in combat time.
No.
how many spell slots did you want to extend on that though?
I have 2 second level spell slots, so
Okay, so 2 minutes.
it's effectively 2 minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a little bit of something.
No, absolutely. It
I figured, like,
breaks
the
up the
momentum
day.
keeps
Absolutely
going.
breaks up the day.
And if you wait 8 hours, you can do it for 2 more minutes.
All right. So as evening approaches on his second night, once again, as things quiet down, the food is dispensed. There's the typical banter from Kevin. You know, just chatting with you innocuously, kind of getting into your head. You know, trying to just asking you about your past, asking all kinds of
This fucking book.
basically an interview. And then and he's quite proud of what. Did you tell him about the book?
Yeah, I'm telling the story. I'm telling everything.
Oh, he's so proud of that. And he's like just so supportive and proud of what you've learned and how you're growing. And in the evening, as it gets darker, the Centaur had been busy on the ship with the crew and doing whatever they do. The Sebule once again approaches Takir. Just himself, not the others. The others are watching. You can see their big eyes, all from the back of the ship, just all of them watching to see what happens. And he comes tentatively walking up to you.
At this point, we've been on the ship long enough that I'm probably helping with something on board.
It's evening. It's late. It's getting late. When he approaches you, it's late.
Okay.
When everybody just kind of settled down.
Then, yeah, I'm just rolling out my bedroll.
Okay.
Do I have a bedroll? No, probably not.
Do you?
I'm milling around.
He's trampling grass in a circle.
You're a horse. You don't lay down.
Horses do
On
like
the boat, I do.
Yep, when they're sick.
no.
Do you mind if we talk a minute?
Horses don't sleep standing up.
It's a myth.
All right, what would you like to talk about?
I know, you know that you have our gratitude for saving us, and my father trusted you to lead this group, to bring that about, and we all appreciate that. When I know that we've had words and that we have not been kind in the way that we've spoken to you and about you. And I think that as we've thought more about it and discussed it, and the discussion that we had with Kiva, actually, and her very rustic way of beating sense into us, I'll admit that although we don't exactly approve in our way of whatever it is that you do that provides support for the rest of the group, just wanted to say we're sorry and that you're one of us. And although you would likely have been killed at childbirth if you were born into the Thunderhoof clan, I'm sure that they were very proud of you and your clan, and that there must be something that you offer that we just don't understand, and I don't want us to have this, all of us, to have this relationship with you lingering in such a negative way when it's because of our ignorance, and because of that, I'm sorry.
He's actually smirking when he mentions that, and I'm pretty sure my father would have rather me died in childbirth. I come from a clan of warriors as well, but I was one of the gatherers. So, that's what happens when you're born alone. I appreciate the apology. Let's just agree that we do things in different ways, but for now, our priorities are the same.
Yes.
That is to return you home.
We will be respectful. We will be respectful.
Oh my god.
I'm yawning.
Whatever. Why does everybody cry? Oh my god.
Sorry, back to the scene.
And I will be respectful of you as well.
And you will get full honors when we return to Gades. I can absolutely assure you of that. We will not speak of you in any negative capacity whatsoever. The Queen will certainly honor you, probably reward you, maybe celebrate you, and your friends, of course, for our return.
I appreciate it, but don't worry too much about it. I don't plan on returning to Gades ever.
If you ever do, I don't want you to think you don't have friends. We'll accept you and take you in. And although you probably would not necessarily rank among our warriors, there would be a place for you. I'm sure we can work it out, where you would be respected.
Maybe in the kitchen.
In the stable.
Court jester.
I'm just gonna do a slow turn and just.
We're not here.
That was us. That was not.
I'm just doing it at the air for some reason.
In any case, I just wanted to express that and, just thank you.
You all have a warrior's heart. There's nothing to forgive, but we're good.
He just quietly starts to turn away. The rest of them are just like watching nervously, you hear a hoof stomp from the back as he slowly, not turning around at all, not glancing back, slowly moves up to join the rest of his companions, and then they all huddle together, just, as he relays the information.
I keep a straight face as I watch him return to the group, and then they move away, and then I just sort of look out the water, and there's like a little smile on my face as I look out at the horizon.
Before you turn, they all look in your direction, and you see them all pat their chest.
And I'll return the gesture.
And then they just slowly settle down. They're very serious. They weren't laughing, they weren't joking, they weren't whispering in a, menacing way or any way that, was disrespectful to you.
Yeah.
Outside of getting the information that Sigil brought back to them. And that salute, is a salute of honor among the, Centaur in general.
When Hildy does it, it's just an inch.
So,
Or like,
So it's a small ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, the final day in the Strait of Hate.
Oh, I did a check and I got a 17 on my perception on the dice. So just.
You mentioned you're doing the eagle eye thing. Was it-
Yeah.
So,
I was just going.
so for that day, did you want to roll?
Sure. Oh, no.
Yeah. It must be the same damn eagle.
I can only roll 20s when it's narratively satisfying.
You know what? That's not so bad.
can I cast weather report?
Yes, please do.
I would like to know if I'm going to fuck everyone today.
Narky's like,
And she's also going to cast weather report.
Narky's like, what?
Hey, guess what? It's 25 again.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what that is. It's cold,
Yeah.
nice breeze, keeping your sails filled as you move through. You've passed several ships along the way over the past couple of days, all of them keeping a wide distance between. Whether they
Vikia ships?
no Vikia, mainly Mulian, some that you don't recognize at all, and couple of Western Kingdom, Lioness and Iru, but most of the Mulian and the Tartessan. A lot. No Luca at this point in these couple of days so far. So the third day is as you finally make your way toward the end of the Strait of Hate. That's been just a cakewalk. You see what appears at the end, or as the waters start to open up into the Great Sea. At the entry, a gargantuan statue of Kronos. He straddles the strait as it narrows. Still these 1,000-foot until it gets to the end, and then he's straddling where as the cliffs start to taper off on each side of the more narrowing arrow of the Strait of Hate, exiting into the Great Sea. And he's in full armor. Appears to be human. And he holds this great warhammer above his head. This stone effigy also looking into the strait, as if Kronos and Pontus from great distance away, staring at each other in silent eternity. What any of that means, some of you may or may not know.
Do we know?
No.
I don't even think gods are real.
If you, any of you that want to, can roll a history, but it's going to be a disadvantage.
Well, one of them was a 1, so.
Fuck it, why not? Oh my god, one of those was a crit, but the other one was a 10.
Oh.
It's funny.
Anybody?
7.
No? Okay.
My 1 becomes a 4.
I mean, both of these deities, they look very serious and almost angry, looking into the Strait of Hate. But what that means?
My history with Nihilus, give me any hints?
It's no.
He had tattoos of them on his arms. All right.
I don't think he said anything about them.
Do they look like they were placed there, or they were carved out of like the flat rock that eventually became the strait?
Well, roll perception.
I mean, you have eagle eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they're there.
I'm not a
No, he can see far away. He just can't see
I
what's
basically
there.
meant, do they look like they're made of the same material as the cliffs? Like
Oh,
the same-
yeah, all the stone in this area, yes, all of it looks like
Got
it's
it.
made of the same material.
That's the question I wanted to answer. Even funnier that I rolled a 2 for that. But
That much is obvious. It's all the same
Yeah.
color. That's what Howell figured. It's all the same color.
I'm colorblind.
Yeah, so
As we pass beneath the legs, if we look up, do we see anything?
Oh, is it like the Greek statues?
no. Sadly, there's not.
Disappointing.
It's not that detailed. They look like they've been here a long time, weathered. Probably hundreds, maybe thousands of years. But
They look as old as Italy.
but they've maintained, somehow they've
Now?
maintained, the at least some semblance of detail. You can tell who they are. So as you continue on up now, out of the Strait of Hate and into the Great Sea, Port Frantic is still probably 2 weeks away from here, and you're not seeing a lot of civilization on the coast after the Mulians kingdoms. Of course, Jaseni would be aware that she's been to Port Frantic before. She's probably been to Thipsu of the Capsians and others, maybe into Neurozeri a little bit, but probably not further than that. Port Frantic would be the most logical place that she would have done most of her trading between the Western kingdoms and any of the kingdoms within the Great Sea. Go ahead and roll a couple of weathers.
Cool.
Roll 4, actually.
I will. During these 4 days, I also I keep hammering the centaurs in some sentinel stuff because we were
Okay.
out of like the danger zone. So
Yeah, you're excited about that.
Yeah, unless the weather report tells me no, they have to actually start working. Like,
Okay.
Kraken.
yeah. All right. That's a 4, an 18, a 14, and a natural 1.
4, yeah. I won.
Okay. So,
The last day of tidal wave.
3 krakens come out of the water.
I cast dust and I say go, 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 go.
Too bad the krakens have 500-foot swim speed.
second day out of the strait, as you're following the chain of islands in the Great Sea, you're following along.
Yeah.
Narki is not trying to slip between them. He's just following that chain up, and then he would tell anybody that asks that his plan is to, of course, just turn north once he gets past them. The second day you get a little bit of weather, but it's not terrible. It's not like a tropical storm or anything. It's just some rain, a little bit of wind, and all that. Nothing to be concerned about. And then it calms considerably on the third day. The fourth day, you're aware in advance that something's kind of rolling in. Something's coming, and it feels like you're probably going to have to deal with some pretty significant weather. So before we get into dealing with that, is there anything during this 4-day period that you guys wanted to accomplish, do, or anything else?
Nope.
No.
I'm doing what I
I was still grappling with the book.
Okay.
He'll hang out with Kevin and chat with him, and I think over the 4 days he'll give him 100 gold.
Okay. And he's eager for each one.
I also have some. I think like if any of the girls are like off on the crew, I get some of them to play princess essentially, to see like with the centaurs, just in case anyone wants to get in on it.
Okay, that's up to Justine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have 1 or 2 of them at a time.
Well, whenever like they're off and they feel like having fun.
Clarabelle volunteers.
Of course she does.
Becky and Vanessa were thinking about adopting kids eventually, so maybe.
They might adopt the centaurs.
But they're gonna have a good time distracting the centaurs from their mission by like flashing them a little.
Oh, geez.
Yes, they make it hard.
Advanced difficulty.
They make all kinds of things hard.
Clarabelle comes out stark naked.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the centaurs are having the time of their life. And things, you know, although they're not overly conversational with you, Dakir, they're not avoiding you. And so, you know, they'll chat with you a little bit, but they're short, you know, conversations and not too serious.
Oh, I don't go to my way for small talk anyway, so that's fine.
Anything else during this period?
Josini's gonna trade dirty jokes with Kevin here and there, like as they
He's
walk
got a
by.
lot of them.
Yeah, she knows, so she's just gonna.
Yeah, and he comes back with just as quick as you can rattle them off. He's like, in a very polite way, this little chest is telling you some of the most gaudy, bawdy, dirty, nasty, grungy jokes you've ever heard. And he knows a lot of words, a lot of not too nice words that any sailor, you know, would appreciate. To the point that you even blush once.
Ooh,
So,
Kevin!
by just the rudeness of this, whatever joke it is that he tells. I will.
People.
Sorry.
Also, over the course of the 4 days, I keep an eye on Hildy. I don't say a damn word to her.
Okay.
Okay. Why are you being mean to Hildy?
Why are you being mean to me
I'm not.
anymore? Out loud.
She wasn't before. She didn't poison your food. She didn't steal anything from you.
She didn't try to eat you.
Just being polite.
And I'm very
Just call you a
politely.
whore and a bitch.
Yeah. There's a lot of very mean name calling, so I'm just responding by giving you the silent treatment.
So 4 days out of the Strait of Hate, the Queen of Tartessos tacks hard to port. Bearing north after passing the chain of these hazy islands that are close by to the west that you've been kind of following for the last 4 days. Eastward, you can see the shadowy outline of the rocky peaks that rise above the island inhabited by the Neuroseri. The island is so large that the mountain range disappears far to the northeast, where your eyes pause to take in a dark line of clouds crackling with forks of lightning and the rumble of thunder. The storm approaches.
That's you, July.
Late afternoon on the 4th day. What are you doing? I expect it'll be almost by midnight.
We better get as much ground as we can towards Port Prince, praying thick, and prepare for the storm.
Okay, immediately Narky starts rattling off orders to the crew to tie down and to prepare the sails, shorten the sheets, and then eventually bring them up as it starts to get rockier and the wind starts to pick up, the rain starts to come down, and things start getting pretty violent as the ship is getting tossed around by midnight, and you find yourself rocked in 30-foot swells driven by these gusts that threaten to capsize the small ship at times. But despite the efforts of the experienced crew, the strong winds from the north have forced you force the ship off course and closer to these islands that you were passing to the west. You can see in the distance the waves that are breaking on the sharp rocks in the distance that rise above the surface and seem to be getting dangerously close. Where's everybody on the ship?
Just pointing out, I cast, like, as it's starting to get dark, I cast dark vision on myself.
Okay.
Second level spell that just means that I'll have dark vision for the duration of the night.
Okay. All right. Very
Kevin
good.
has been stowed in the cabin in Hildy's quarters, and Howell is on the deck of the ship helping the ladies with whatever rigging or whatever needs to be done to help try and keep the ship afloat.
When you take Kevin down there, I guess he understands there's a storm and everything.
I don't want you going overboard, Kevin.
Well, would you just strap me to the deck? If we go down, I'll go down to the ship. I could be down there for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years.
Well, yes, if the ship goes down, I would prefer to be hopefully found again if you all die.
Do you have no faith in me, Kevin?
Well,
Do you not trust me to get us through this?
I'm not
sailor?
staying in here.
I have sailed for months now.
Oh, yes, so have I, but I don't
Weeks.
navigate
Days.
ships.
Weeks.
So if you wouldn't mind,
We can grab the
it
back.
would be I'd look favorable upon you if you would just simply strap me to the deck.
Okay.
Or you could put him in a barrel,
No.
and then if you put the lid on it, he'll float.
I'll float. Anyhow.
Okay. I'll strap you to the deck.
He's not very heavy. You could just strap him to your back.
I could.
Roll a sleight of hand. Where are the centaurs?
Wait, would it be sleight of hand or would it be survival? If you're...
Sleight of hand, you're tying him up.
Okay. It's a 12.
Okay.
Not bad.
That's better than average. Where are the centaurs?
I would have ordered them below, down to the little hall that connects all the cabins.
That's
Okay.
a horrible
Yeah,
idea.
because then they'll drown. Well,
If
actually,
the ship flips over, they're all going to get stuck. But at least they'll die together. I'm not
Like
going
they're
down there.
above deck, they're gonna fall off.
How many
Well,
barrels do we have?
like that's why you.
I don't think you can put one of them in a barrel.
No, but if we tie a bunch of them to barrels.
You'd have at least a dozen barrels. For food,
One barrel per
water.
centaur.
That didn't work well for Dashir. He
It
got
really didn't go.
2 barrels per centaur.
his butt bit by a shark.
Okay, 3 barrels, but only for Dakir.
If you all disagree, then we'll have them on deck. Just brace yourselves.
Okay. The crew is doing what they do. What are you guys doing? The centaurs, I assume, then are just staying where they're at, basically. Up, and just trying to, probably getting low and bracing against the side of the ship. What are you guys doing?
Josini's next to Narki, but where she can holler to everyone.
Okay.
I'm up in Clarabelle, whoever she is.
Okay.
Whatever assignment one of them is on that could use extra hands.
Okay. Most of the crew has basically got everything tied down by now, and they're just starting to, there are ropes that are along the inside of the ship, and they're designed so that they can be either tied onto or held onto in case of bad weather. This is extraordinarily bad weather, and you note that some of the crew are starting to tie themselves on.
Then I might go around and tie all the centaurs to the ropes as well.
Okay.
Around their neck.
Little horsey waists.
Do we want to be as tight as possible? Said Bulas.
Do they want to be as tight as possible?
Tight as possible, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. They obviously know how to tie ropes. They start tying themselves.
Probably loose enough that in case you need to get them out.
Don't cut off any circuits.
They have no
do
blades.
they have blades?
They could chew
Do
them
you
with
have
their
like
little
any?
horse teeth.
Wait, do you have any like
Horse teeth?
spare knives or
Kind of like mushing
like?
it first.
You ever been bitten
Any
by a
spare
horse?
blades on the
Yeah,
ship?
it's not pleasant.
No, it's not.
I mean, I'm sure we'd have utensils for
very
eating and
flat.
stuff like that, at least.
I'm just gonna do what the captain said, tight as possible, and tie myself right next to them.
Would there be extra weapons on the ship? Like
Probably not a lot of
small
extra, like a barrel full of weapons, but no doubt
some
that.
knives at least that we could give to the
Well, every
centaurs?
one of these sailors has probably 3 or 4 or 5, because they use them, they throw them. They're adept at throwing them. So they probably have at least 2 or 3 on them.
They have rapiers and daggers.
Yep, rapiers and daggers.
As, like, I asked City, or I asked the crew if anyone would be willing to donate, like, 1 dagger per centaur. So that way they all have some kind of weapon in case they need to cut loose and jump. Or, shit gets hairy.
And yes, they're perfectly happy to do that. So
Cool. Just so that way I can call them armed in case
Okay.
of, it's hard to see them punch a rope.
So all 6 of the centaur, you're going to give a blade from one of the
Yeah.
sailors. Okay, yes, they're happy to receive them.
I tighten my bandolier of daggers.
How do we know if we need to cut loose?
If the ship flips over, cut yourself loose.
That's a very good point. We swim quite well, but I don't know about this. As it swells or moving the ship up and down, and the wind is starting to, coming in quite heavily and fast. Gusts just rocking the boat.
Tiffany's gonna help Hildy tie up next
Okay.
to her, some sailor tie-in.
So everybody's getting tied on to some
Yeah.
place in the boat? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You see Narki tying himself to the wheel. There's not much I can do, but I am going to try and keep us off the rocks.
What's the worst that could possibly happen?
I
We
feel
all
like
die.
the sail also gets like tied up as tight as possible, like that on top.
What's that? The sail?
Like the sail gets tied up, right?
Oh yeah, they
'Cause that gets
long
tied
or
up.
much earlier. They
yeah.
have brought the sail, the masts, and tied them as securely as possible.
I feel like we're about to start making saving throws.
Oh yeah.
Gilligan's Island.
So over the next hour, as the storm rages around you, Narki is doing his best to keep the ship off the rocks, but closer and closer they seem. Still only, the closest you see, now that the rain's coming down, the torrent, it seems to be getting worse. And your visibility is now cut to about 20 feet beyond the ship. So you can't even gauge at this point how close you're getting to the rocks, although you know that they're probably the last clear view you had with when the lightning flashes, you can kind of see the outline a bit, but it's in between that you have just darkness.
Ooh, can I see any better than that with my new eagle eyes?
And even with dark vision, it's obscured by the rain, the heavy fall of the rain. And so
It helps.
And I blink at the right frequency.
it's not going to help you. Your dark vision may get you another 10 feet or so into it, but it's just coming down and you're moving so much and the torrents and the waves coming over. It's just not, you're trying to look through sheets, even with dark vision. So it's helpful, but along around 2 a.m., the ship shudders. And there's an ominous crack that rises above the deafening sound of the storm. The rain is continuing, not getting any better, but now the frothing foam of the sea is starting to pour onto the deck, wave after wave. One of your crew women shouts from somewhere nearby, "We're taking on water!" And you note that your ship is just kind of shifting, but now it's beginning to list. And a couple of the crew women immediately cut themselves loose. You see them go running, 3, 4 of them, into the hold to find out how much damage is. And
I go down with them because I figure they need someone who can be strong and lifting and holding things.
okay,
Kevin?
so roll make a dexterity save.
Can I see the
Just you.
ship moving?
Because you're cutting yourself loose, right? What, can you see what?
Can I, is it something I can see, so do I have advantage?
Well, the ship is moving under you
Okay,
as
yes.
you're...
When Kiva runs by, I'm gonna tap her shoulder and cast light on her.
Okay, all right, that helps on the ship,
Especially under the ship.
Well, she's good.
but okay, well, that's gonna fuck up your dark vision.
Well, that's some shitty rolls, ain't it? That's a 6 with 2 real bad rolls.
Okay, so you're slipping and falling along the deck as you're running, and they actually rolled a lot better, and so they make it into the hold, one after the other, as you're kind of falling behind, probably by about a round or so. And before long, the next round, you hear another one calling from below. The ship is breaking up! And with the water coming over, the rain coming down, you start to see the water bubbling up from the hold itself. You don't see the women coming up, the crew women. They're still down there. Maybe they're in an air pocket, you don't know. But you can hear the creak of the ship, and as it's continuing to list over and break, some of the debris starting to float out. I need you all to make a survival.
Ooh, survival.
Okay.
It's a
Super good at survival.
What is survival?
Giuseppe, at this point, you would know as a captain, with your ship damaged the way it is, listing on the rocks, that it's about to be smashed to bits on the rocky shallows, which is going to be murderous to anybody that's on the ship, that you would probably call to abandon ship as a captain. And of course, you know, those that know would take their chances on debris, floating debris, and just trying to get to shore if possible.
Just get in the life rafts.
Yep. Cut those life rafts.
All the rich
Cut
people
yourself
already
loose.
left.
Cut yourselves loose. Abandon ship.
And Narki is attempting to do so. All of the sailor crew as well. Are you guys all cutting yourself loose?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what do we roll in survivals?
18.
Okay.
I've turned myself in, like, once we get the water, I turn myself into a bear in case I need to do any heavy lifting, so to
Okay.
speak, but I got a 19 on my survival.
Okay.
10.
10, 18,
16.
16, Giuseppe?
Was that an ability check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have advantage on that.
Oh, good.
It doesn't help. 11.
11? Okay. And then,
Uh-oh.
okay.
We're gonna die.
So as you all start going overboard, looking for debris to latch onto, trying to orient yourself to the shore,
Hildy's gonna pop her Tuatha Day bright.
okay? Again, the brightness doesn't seem to affect too much, as it's just, you know, you're moving and sometimes the waves are just literally blocking out. You know, these are 30-foot waves,
I understand.
swells coming over, the rain coming down so hard that it's just moderately helping your vision. As the lightning cracks above, the flash of lightning, you can see where the shore is, but there's a lot of rocks in between you and it. And just with the violence of the sea, it looks like it's going to be quite a challenge to get through. So give me one more survival.
Other reason I'm a bear is in case I take a hit.
I'm grabbing Kevin if I can.
13.
14.
Oh, 2.
14.
25.
25?
11.
Jesus
What'd you roll?
Christ.
11.
I got a 19.
Right, wisdom.
Okay.
I'll also, I'm shouting at the kids to grab anything that floats. You know?
They've followed your lead. They've heard the order. They've cut themselves loose. They've jumped in. But again, you know, all of you are losing each other.
Yeah.
You're losing the other ones in this night, the darkness and the rain and just the movement of the ship trying to get free of it in whatever direction that you had to run. You don't have any idea what's going on with your crew at this point. All you know is that the Queen of Tartessos is taking on water and is being bashed against the rocks at this point. Narki could not get you free of it. There was nothing he could do with the rolls that he had,
He's fired.
steer you free of it. And that's where you ended up. And as the storm rages on, so we'll pick up next session. Let's see where our heroes survive or not, and in what capacity, and who makes it to the shore.
We pulled the line. Man, we survived the damn ghost ship, and then it was weather that took us
Guys,
out.
this is beginning of a different campaign.
Well, Kiva will live.
The sinister secret of salt mine.
Now it's the Survivor episode.
Our fish.
Yeah.
Oh, we
The Harlan
fucking-
Island.
We shall see. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.
We're all gonna fucking die.
Sorry, everybody, for killing
you
you
say that
all.
at the end of every session.
I do,
Fine.
and this time it might be true.